That's right, guys. Here we go on a Tuesday edition of the Jim Colbert Show. Thanks so much for tuning in. We are stacked today. Lots of stuff going on. We'll get you caught up on what's happening out there. Deb's Woke News will do that in just a few.
Yeah, we'll try.
4 o'clock, what'd you do that's new? Ross's Choice, which was awesome. John Cleese, Creativity and Management. We'll go over that. Tracing Trauma, first Tuesday of the month. That's what we do with NaomiBradshaw.com. We talk about her friend's show and some other things she has going on. Trivia, Ross Thoughts, Last Call, your calls, texts, and talkbacks all day long. Welcome to the program. I'm Jim. To my left, my lovely and very dangerous co-host, Ms. Deb Roberts.
I'm now scared.
Straight ahead, Jack Producer.
Jack Producer,
There
good
you go.
afternoon.
Producer Jack Bradshaw. Comedy Alien Ross Padgett.
All right.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us, 77031. Find us easily on social. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, at The Jim Colbert Show. And on Twitter, just at Jim Colbert Show. That's where we do our Twitter poll. So give us a like there. Give us a follow there. That way you can kind of hop on board with all the fun stuff we do there. And, of course, every day, all day, all the podcast, all the other stuff at JimColbertLive.com. How's the race Tuesday? Everybody good?
Jack Peanut M&M.
I know. It's weird. This we had bipolar AC in here. A minute ago, it was like 68 degrees. Now it's like 73.
No,
so.
it's 72.1.
It's
72.1.
Finally, those guys get to experience what we experience.
I
Jack's all
know.
jacketed up today. I love it. Very nice. But it's hot outside, so I appreciate it. I'm not complaining at all.
No, my God. And it's not even the hottest it's going to be. I think it's like
So
Thursday we get up to 95.
humid. So humid. Sauce, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing all right. I'm chilling.
Yeah?
Well, yeah, I just mowed my backyard.
Your hair's wet.
Yeah, hence the shower after mowing the backyard.
Just the backyard?
Yeah,
I didn't think it was mowable. I thought it was such a jungle back there that you didn't even...
Yeah, it's terrible. It's god awful.
Yeah?
Everything sucks.
Yeah?
Everything sucks in that
A
backyard.
lot of dog poop.
All right, did we put that video up yesterday that we took of the car incident after the fact?
I did not.
Okay, so we have that. We'll put it up in a little bit. But
Mine's like 2 minutes long, though.
Well, we can chop it up. Whatever. We'll figure it out. So yesterday, Ross had a car issue.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, I don't know, between you and Deb, are you guys having a table tennis game on car issues? Because it seems like every other week you guys are sticking your car back in the garage.
Well, mine goes back in on Friday, but this time it's for struts.
Eventually, you're going to have a new car.
I don't even know what struts.
It's
What?
part of the suspension system.
Yeah, when you notice your car start to bounce a little bit more on the ride, when normally you shouldn't feel anything
Yes.
of the road surface, that's when you know your suspension
Like
is.
a shock.
It
Yeah.
sounds like the sister disease of like
Yeah, it does.
the
shingles.
Yeah, shingles.
Oh, I heard he got a bad case of the struts.
Yeah.
Well, the
Bad
strut,
enough that they're expensive enough that we're just doing two at a time.
hey, the struts back in the day you had like to go to the bathroom real fast, right?
yeah.
You had
No, that's the trots.
the trots. There
Yes.
See,
you go. That
look,
is not a car part.
That is not.
all part of the same family tree, though.
So yesterday you text us around 1:30, said you hopped in your car and nothing. Eventually you did get it started, got to the radio station, but when you came in, you said, don't know if it's going to start after the program.
That is true.
And we started kind of diagnosing what it could be based on the information you were giving us.
Yeah.
I thought possibly, obviously just a bad battery right up front, which could be caused by a bad starter. Or not a bad starter, but a bad alternator, because that charges the battery as you're driving around.
Yeah.
And but I looked at it. So when we get down there, you tried to crank your car, nothing.
Nothing.
Then I have to tell you, and this is the part I don't get.
Here we go.
Everyone who drives a stick shift should know how to jump start the stick shift, push start. In other words, not with jumper cables. You get in the car, or you get beside the car. You put the car in neutral. We get the car going. You jump in the car, push in the clutch, throw it in the first gear, pop the clutch with the ignition on. That will turn the motor over and start your car.
Never heard of that a day in my life, and I've driven nothing but stick shifts for the last 30 years.
How about that?
Never heard of that.
I will tell you, that is genuinely unbelievable to me. Both you and Deborah did not have a clue about push jump starting a car.
Nope.
I never heard that. I literally had to explain it to you.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, I just don't think we got enough speed going. But it was didn't grasp it real quick.
Yeah, no, I don't even know if I did it right.
I think you did the second time. I just didn't think my fat ass couldn't get enough speed going for you.
There wasn't enough parking lot.
There's a parking lot. Then I said, well, just pop the hood. Let me look at this battery. Deborah. It looked like the tooth of an orphan.
Oh.
That's what that battery looked like, an orphan tooth. It was a moldy, it was barely hanging on. It looked like it had never been changed.
Though, the thing
It
that
looked
was
like-
the takeaway for me.
It looked like a Whitney after a long night with Bobby.
It's kind of like that John Cleese thing we got coming up for what you do, how many does it take to turn a light bulb? It took all 4 of us yesterday to jump Ross's car. We couldn't use Jack's car because he doesn't know where his battery is.
Yeah, I don't know. It's somewhere
But
around.
he did know where his jumper cables were. So
brand new.
It took my battery, Jack's cables, and Jimmy to try and teach Ross and I how to
jump start, or what they call push start. But
Push start.
We'd always call it hop starting or jump starting, and basically you're just using the engine's rotation with the force of the cars being pushed. It turns the motor over when the ignition on. That's all you want it to do anyway. That's all the battery does. Use a starter to turn the motor over, and then the magic of the internal combustion engine comes to life, and there you go.
Yep, got a new battery this morning.
So you waited till yesterday or today.
Yeah.
So you went home
I went home,
and turned it off.
and then when I was like, all right, I'm probably going to have to jump it again this morning, it turned over.
Really?
Yeah.
You only need it like once or twice. Those little motors fire up pretty quick.
Yeah, so I got it to go up this morning. I was like, let me just get this new battery. Got a new battery, and then I got a tank of gas. I got a new battery and a tank of gas, and
Same price.
Which costs more?
exactly.
it is kind of close.
Really? How much was your battery?
It was like 120.
Yeah, those things have gone through the roof.
Isn't it crazy?
Look, Jack
you
and I
used
were-
to be able to get a battery, a good battery, for $85.
Jack and I were talking yesterday. I don't know what happened, man. About 3 or 4 years ago, I had to buy a battery for my big pickup truck I had when I was pulling my camper. And when I went and found you do the little chart thing and find out which batteries specifically for yours, and it was like $240. I remember, I was like, what happened?
I know.
I used to go to these stores and buy these things for like $80
Yeah.
all day long.
Exactly.
I need something that hasn't gone through the roof. Literally anything. I will take anything
Your credit score?
that has been the same price
Yeah,
for the
Jim's-
last 10 years.
Jim's stock portfolio?
There's nothing.
And why people, you know what? That's why I go to Beefy King. Beefy King, same price, baby. They're consistent. They get that sandwich at the same price.
that-
I'm like, hell yeah.
That could be coming to an end, though.
Yeah.
Food prices are supposed to go up. Diesel's going up. The price to deliver food to the stores is going up.
What's going on here?
Well, we're hurdling toward a recession. I don't know if you notice. You should pay attention. Read.
Yeah, no, I
There it is. I mean, it is bad. I mean, and look, and here's the thing. There's no real, when you print trillions of dollars with the free money, this happens. This is what happens when you give out free money, right? It has to be accounted for, and this is what happens. Interest rates are going up. Actually, they're leveling out a little bit now. But the same mortgage you could get in January, if you try to get now, it's going to cost you another $500 a month.
but even
minimum.
then, I feel like this is what money does just naturally.
What? Just go up?
Because even
the
4 years ago, things were still
Yeah, I know,
going
but
through the roof.
Yeah, but gas wasn't $5 a gallon. It was like $2.60 a gallon. I mean, you filled your tank up, didn't cost $100.
But I feel like
for a little car.
The problems that made gas expensive versus a Snickers bar, those are two different situations.
Considerably different. Yeah, way different.
And things
But-
are getting smaller.
Yeah.
I need a
You need a
positive thing right now.
What is something that hasn't changed price? I mean, sodas are about the same, right?
Oh, I got it. Arizona iced tea.
Yeah, there you go.
They print those 99 cents right there on the can. Forever my go-to. They deserve more love than what they are getting.
Yeah, the snack food thing hasn't really gone up.
You know what? I actually have a good story for Ross coming up in Woke News.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
Nice.
You're all fixed.
Something to look forward to.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So you're all fixed up. You're
and
good
it's
to go?
not about a death of one of his favorite celebrities.
Nice.
I'm sure
I'll
there's
save that for something special.
I'm sure there's going to be death somewhere.
Oh,
in
yeah,
that
Oh,
yeah.
news
it's the
report.
news, babe.
It's
Come
part-
on.
It's part of
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
It's part
I
of
feel
what we do.
like if death is so consistent with the news, does it stay being the news?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I mean, look at the word news.
Yeah.
But murder is old.
Not old.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
Past tense, not old. Just past tense.
It's been happening since forever.
Oh, I see what you're saying. All right, 407-916-1041. And one other thing I wanted to ask. I'm glad your car's fixed. Did it turned over perfectly fine?
It's there. I
All right,
mean,
a couple
God
$100 and
knows.
now
I
you're
think
good to
me
go?
and Deb have the same problem in the sense of our cars are old.
Yeah, they're old. I mean, for sure, they're old. But, I mean, they're still working. And, again, it's cheaper than buying a new one.
All you got to do is just, again, read the news about the difficulty getting a decent vehicle priced with what you can afford. I will take my near 12-year-old Hyundai any day.
And then you got to insure it.
Yeah,
And let me
then
tell
you
you,
gotta insure
we
it.
just had one of those discount insurance companies you hear about so much that we were doing business with for years. contact us and say, oh, by the way, here's your new insurance rate. It was double.
Oh.
So we laughed in their face and went to their competitor, where we saved $100 a month. So it is completely insane. They say that you should do that anyway, right? About every 5 years.
With auto insurance, yes.
Every 5 years or every year and a half or so, shop your insurance.
Loyalty costs you.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, it does.
It does. And that business, it damn sure does.
You know, it used to be, though, that when you were a customer of a company for 20 years, you're the one who got the benefits of it.
I just dealing with this with Wells Fargo here recently because I called them for some things we were going to do financially. And I'm like, we have literally been doing business with you guys for 28 years. Like between my wife and I, 28 years, running a pretty good amount of cash of that joint. And I was like, you guys should be begging us to do business with you. Because I don't know if you've searched money lately, but
Right.
you can get it with a good credit score. You guys should be literally laying out a carpet for us as one of your valued customers. Nope. Stan didn't believe that was the truth, or some pissant that they had on the phone with us.
Ugh.
Just some regular customer service. I don't believe there's loyal. It doesn't exist like that anymore. You don't really get credit for being in business with somebody much anymore. There's no, I mean, I don't, where's the loyalty in any company when you spend your money with them for years?
Dog eat dog world.
It's not like that anymore, man.
No.
That used to be a real draw, and I think that's just a generational change because people also used to feel that if they worked for a company for 30 or 40 years,
You're going to get taken care of.
there's going to be something that was going to be happening special for you. That does not happen. I've been working for this company for 30 years. When I quit, I will quit. I will move on to whatever I do, and that's it. No pension, no nothing like that.
I don't think that's a generational thing. I think that's a corporate office going, oh, wait, none of that matters.
But that's what I mean. Like generationally, corporations back in the day, you get the gold watch, you get the pension, you got a trip, you get something for being loyal to the company for so many years and not making them hire and then rehire and retrain people. But that doesn't work like that anymore. They don't really have to.
Yeah.
Bastard.
Let me ask you a quick question before we go to break because I want to talk about this a little bit later. I'm going to go 1 to 1 to 1 and find out. Did you have a swimming hole when you were a kid? In a Naples area, a little like a natural, like a lake or a pond or a spring or something that only a few people knew about, and you would go and you'd swim in this swimming hole? Did you have anything like that as a kid?
No.
Jack, did you have anything like that up in Jersey?
Nothing like off the grid like that. I mean, there were places we went to, like public pools and stuff. Yeah, but there was no lake in my area where I grew up.
Deb, did you have a swimming hole up there in Wisconsin?
Didn't have a swimming hole, but it was our skating hole.
Oh, yeah, for ice skating?
Not deep enough to swim in, but boy, when that little divot of land between the two houses got just enough water and froze over in the wintertime,
cool.
it was our
Cool.
own skating rink.
All right,
Yeah, it was awesome.
916-1041. What's coming up for news?
Well, we're going to talk about a Uvalde teacher slamming police over their delayed response. South Florida State Senator Annette Taddeo drops out of the governor's race, and a stranger correctly guessed a woman would win the lottery. We'll tell you for how much and where and so much more coming up next during Woke News.
Thanks, Deb. 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Deb's News. More of the Jim Colbert Show right after this.
Sure, you could use it to work out.
Are you ready to work together to create a healthier life?
Or you could just say, Alexa, play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
We're still looking at stop traffic heading south on 417 between Moss Park Road and Narcoossee Road that's blocking the left lane. Avoid this area right now. Eastbound travel on I-4 heavy between U.S. Highway 27 out of Polk County to pass 429 and then again between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535. We're seeing westbound delays now between Sand Lake Road and State Road 535. See traffic problems? Call the traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Amtrak. Gas prices are high, so ride Amtrak and fuel your adventurous side without breaking your travel budget. Amtrak gets you there with more money in your wallet. Book in advance and save up to 20% at Amtrak.com. Restrictions and exclusions apply.
Let me tell you something, man. If you need a new bathroom, Rebath of Mid-Florida. That's who you need to check out. These guys are awesome. Been endorsing them for about 10 years now, right at that. And here's what. They've never, ever received a complaint from me. Not ever. Not one time have I ever received a complaint about them. They're great people. The guy who owns this company, Dave Denbauer, one of the nicest people you'll ever meet in your life, and they really know the bathroom business quite well. That's all they want to do is get you a beautiful bathroom, and they have the products and the staff to do that. Check it out, by the way, 436 up in Altamont, right across from Kobe. That's where the showroom is. When you walk in, be sure to put your hands on these materials. Feel that quality, that natural stone, travertine, and marble, and all those beautiful colors, cut perfectly, no grout lines, and they handle it all. The toilet, the tub, lighting, tile, it's all right there. You pick it with help of their design team, and next thing you know, you'll have a beautiful bathroom. They can get it installed for you in about 4 to 6 days with their employees and a lifetime guarantee on the products and the install. You can't beat them. It's Rebath in Mid-Florida. Hop on board, look at those before and afters, then book your appointment. Your new bathroom awaits at rebathmidfla.com.
Our 2022 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Friday, September 23rd and Saturday, September 24th.
T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas.
Keep listening to win your way there before you can even buy tickets.
On sale Friday, June 17th at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific.
But starting June 15th at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific, Capital One cardholders can score tickets and other awesome experiences before anyone else for 48 hours only or while supplies last. Visit iHeartRadio.com/Capital One for more pre-sale details. What's in your wallet?
It's official. Tijuana Flats now has carnitas. Try our new Queso Blanco Carnitas Chimichanga, Spicy Habanero Carnitas Burrito, and Chipotle Barbecue Pork Tacos. Order now at TijuanaFlats.com.
Mr. and Mrs. Flavor, thank you for joining us.
Great to be here. I'm Barry, the flavor of berry.
I'm Janet. I'm bitter.
And I understand your son is the flavor menthol?
Yes, he's the menthol in a menthol cigarette.
He's such a disappointment. Out there getting people addicted, being used by big tobacco to target black people. He could have been a lozenge.
Menthol cigarettes are harder to quit than regular cigarettes. Find out how to quit today at tobaccofreeflorida.com.
Want to hear something that's going to make you feel better? Seeing your own primary care doctor, now just around the corner. At Village Medical at Walgreens. Our providers and care teams take care of you with same-day appointments, extended hours, and virtual visits, too. You get the comprehensive care you need, when and where you want it. Experience exceptional care at Village Medical. Book your primary care appointment at villagemedical.com/getcare. That's villagemedical.com/getcare.
Coming in at 5'3", it's number one mom. She switched to Xfinity and got the all-new 3-for-1 bundle. Unlimited internet, streaming, and Xfinity Mobile. All for what you could pay wireless companies for just one 5G unlimited line. Boom! Shakalaka! That's why they call her the Master of Moolah, the Sultan of Savings, the Queen of Cash. And now, also with Xfinity Internet, you can get unlimited data, Wi-Fi equipment, and a free Flex 4K streaming box included with a 2-year rate guarantee and no term contract. All for just $30 per month when you add an Xfinity mobile plan at regular rates. Go to Xfinity.com/3-for-1, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit an Xfinity store today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay. New fast internet 300 megabits per second customers only. Xfinity Mobile requires post-pay Xfinity Internet. After 24 months, regular rates apply to all services and devices.
The only way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the only way to get it is at Jersey Mike's. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
Did you know that most adults with autism are unemployed, and a major hurdle is the lack of job opportunities? That's why Autism Speaks is teaming up with Lee Container, the J. Donald and Laurel Lee Family Foundation Fund, and Delivering Jobs to create a more inclusive workforce in the U.S. Are you an HR professional, community leader, or business owner? Join us in creating a workforce where people of all abilities can contribute and thrive. To learn more, visit autismspeaks.org/employment.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
I think I need a new air conditioner. It's so hot and my old one...
We now have voice recognition. Simply say what you need.
New air conditioner.
Speak clearly and tell me what it is you want.
New air conditioner.
Go ahead, explain your problem.
You're my problem.
I heard you say there's no problem. Well, jolly good, off you go.
No, there's a problem. I need a new air conditioner.
I heard you say no problem with your air conditioner. Don't know why you called to tell us that.
This would never happen with Frank Gay.
But you didn't call Frank Gay.
Wish I had.
I heard you say...
You heard me say I'm calling Frank Gay.
When you need AC replacement, you need it done right. A friendly, helpful team to guide you, and the air in your home cool, clean, and comfortable for years to come. That's the Frank Gay way.
I heard you say you wish you had called Frank Gay. Was that it? Did I get it right this time?
That's the Frank Gay way. FrankGayServices.com.
Divorce? Call Trinley and Kramer, TK Law, onefirmforlife.com.
The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 104.1.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Unfair of Jack to play this. It's too infectious. Today was, the reason he's playing this, by the way, today would have been Prince's birthday. I think it would have been his 60th?
Ooh.
Something like that birthday today?
Really?
Yeah, today's Prince's birthday, so we're going to mix in some Prince today.
We also just lost Jim Seals of Seals and Crofts.
Oh, wow, really?
Just made the wire.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Oh, man, we're going to mix some of that in, too, then.
Jim Seals of the soft rock duo Seals and Crofts has died at the age of 80. Duo known for their hits in the 70s like Summer Breeze and Diamond Girl.
Mm-hmm.
Seal serves as the primary lead vocalist of the duo, considered a pillar of the soft rock genre.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, that is as yacht rocky as it gets. Seals and Crofts. Prince was born in 58. So
Only
was he...
58. Oh, okay.
So what is he, like 62? 64?
Oh.
Wow. Still grooving. I tell you, those early pictures of him are odd, though. All right, 407-916-1041. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Jack and Ross right over there. Let's get a check of the news. Here's Deb.
And now, it's
Wow,
time for Woke News. It seems like kind of a misuse of the whole world. On the Jim Colbert Show.
All right, woke news brought to you by that hatchet-throwing man, Home Loans Radio, and that mortgage guy, Don. All right, a teacher shot in the Robb Elementary School shooting in Texas says officers are cowards for their delayed response. Arnulfo Reyes says he told his kids to hide under their desks and to act like they were asleep when gunshots were heard inside the Uvalde school. Now, Reyes said the officers just sat there and, quote, did nothing for our community, end quote. Reyes recalled hearing a child from the next classroom over calling for help from officers when the shooter heard them instead and opened fire again. Reyes himself was shot twice, and 11 of his students were killed.
So is that the case where the officer came into the building and said, if you need help, call out, and then the kid called out for help. The shooter heard the kid, then walked over and shot him. That's what the other kid said. They pulled out initially, right?
I did hear that story, but I can't confirm that that's directly related to this particular teacher. But it goes into over the weekend. I was telling you I had seen on Twitter this weekend the mother who was handcuffed outside the Uvalde school before being unhandcuffed, jumped a school fence, ran inside the school, and grabbed her own two sons. Was told by police reportedly to not talk about her story publicly because it would be considered obstruction of justice and she would be put in jail for violating her probation. The judge instead decided to cut her probation, I guess, from a prior case because of her heroic actions for jumping in there and going in after her own two kids.
As a judge, how do you even take that seriously? Like that person standing in front of you with that action as the crime.
Exactly.
How do you even just not go, you know what? Why don't you go home and here's a couple $100. Go get yourself some spa treatments or do something else. Here's a new house. Whatever.
Something.
God
Mom of the
almighty.
year. Yeah, the stories are they continue to just be more and more egregious. All right. And then, of course, just earlier today, probably like less than an hour, you had the actor Matthew McConaughey speaking before actually meeting with the president and speaking at the White House about gun control, being that, Uvalde is the small town that he's from. So closer here to town, I was hoping that Jack and Ross could kind of shed some light on this, but apparently the details are being kept pretty tight-lipped. But the soccer club, Orlando Pride, have said their head coach, Amanda Cromwell, and first assistant coach, Sam Green, have been relieved of their duties.
Wow.
At the recommendation of the National Women's Soccer League and the NWSL Players Association. Now, this move comes amid an ongoing investigation, again, whose details have not been released, Assistant coach Seb Hines has been appointed head coach in the meantime. Do you guys have any idea what this is about?
Ross, heard anything, buddy?
That's all I know.
No?
But I know that Seb Hines used to be a center back for Orlando City.
Yeah, I got you.
And a good guy, and he was a judge at the chili cook-off one
Oh, was he
year.
really?
Yep.
That's cool.
All right, Democratic voters are going to have one less candidate to choose from in the governor's race. That's because South Florida State Senator Annette Taddeo announced yesterday she's abandoning her campaign for governor and instead running for Congress. Now, this leaves Congressman Charlie Crist and Agriculture Secretary Nikki Fried as the only Democrats in the governor's race. Taddeo will make her fourth run for Congress, and she'll challenge Miami City Commissioner Ken Russell in the Democratic primary in the 27th District. The winner of August's race will face Republican incumbent Maria Elvira Salazar in November.
Very nice.
But like we talked about last week with Scott Maxwell during his call on Wednesday, too many voters in Florida went, who?
Yeah.
Who?
What?
Who that?
I wish my middle name was Elvira.
Or Salazar, for that matter.
Yeah. Oh, you'd make a
James
Slytherin.
Salazar Colbert. Are you kidding? How good does that sound?
That sounds great.
It's very drug,
Ross
very,
Elvira Paget.
very drug lordy.
Just jealous.
I know.
The director of the National Hurricane Center in Miami is taking on a new job. Hey, could have done this before the hurricane season started, but Ken Graham has been appointed the director of the National Weather Service.
Okay.
He'll also serve as National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration Assistant Administrator for Weather Services. Graham has served as the National Hurricane Center's director since 2017, and during his tenure, he helped guide the nation through numerous hurricanes, including 30 named storms during the record-breaking 2020 season. All right, speaking of hurricanes, Floridians can get their homes ready for hurricane season while saving on taxes. Speaking in Tampa today, Florida CFO, Chief Financial Officer Jimmy Petronas, highlighted the Home Hardening Initiative.
Home hardening
initiative.
All right.
Yeah, this is different. This is different than the other one we talked about. This one is a 2-year, $462 million sales tax exemption that Petronas actually pushed through. This is kind of his baby project, and Governor DeSantis earlier this year signed it into law. It offers sales tax exemption on purchases of impact-resistant windows, doors, garage doors, things are very expensive. Now, the program begins on July 1st, and it will run for 2 years through June of 2024. And during a recent special session, lawmakers also approved a program that gives homeowners up to $10,000 to storm harden their homes. That's a different program as well.
Right.
Now, for all of this information, go to myfloridacfo, all one word, .com, and look for the Prepare FL tab, and it's going to have all the links on where you can get this information.
Is there a money limit to how much you can get? Because when you go to buy windows, windows can be expensive. Doors and all those things to do those things can be expensive. Is there a limit to how much? Because I know with the tax exemption for the hurricane preparedness we just went through,
that's $10,000.
Oh, that it is still that much, really?
For the home now, the storm harden. Now, the Harden Your Home initiative is different. That's like a percentage of the sales tax.
That's what I was looking for
on the
there.
windows and doors to kind of.
That could be what I'm saying is that could be thousands of dollars in savings.
And that's why they're encouraging Floridians to take advantage of it, because it's a way of making your home more storm resistant while giving you a break on property taxes and giving your insurance company proof that you're doing what you can to kind of get ready for the storm season.
Then maybe
personally, I'm a little nervous to contact my insurance company, even if I'm trying to do something good.
Can I tell you, if they drove by my house right now, I'd turn the lights off and tell everybody to get down.
I mean, seriously.
I don't want them knowing I'm home.
I don't even
want to talk to them.
Exactly.
I act like I don't get their mail. I'm telling you, man, I don't want anything to do with them. They're like that mad dad that comes home, has had a couple too many drinks, and you're going to get your ass kicked for something.
So you just hide?
You just hide.
Not a good sign when you're trying to hide from the people that are supposed to help.
I know. And
usually that's bad.
And yet it makes sense. All right, a planned rocket launch is on hold. NASA announced yesterday it has postponed SpaceX's Falcon 9 launch to the International Space Station that was set for Friday from the Kennedy Space Center. The CRS-25 cargo mission was set to carry supplies to the ISS, but a problem with the thrusters was detected. So no new launch date has been set.
That'd be nice if they sent it up, let's say, next Wednesday.
Yeah.
Like between 3 and 7 p.m., I think would be a really good launch window.
I would take 12 and 7.
Exactly.
I'd be on property, moving that way.
Good idea. I like the way you think.
So anyway, I was driving there yesterday, and the Artemis they just rolled out. You could see on the launch pad out there. It's so
massive.
big.
Oh,
it is
God.
big.
Oh, that's...
It's like a Saturn V big, right? It's like giant.
Yeah. I think it's even... Isn't it even a little bit bigger than the Saturn V?
I think it's supposed to be, yeah.
Yeah, with the thrust, definitely.
Yeah.
But what's going to be interesting, when we broadcast next Wednesday at the KSC Visitor Complex in the Gateway attraction, one of the things overhead is going to be one of those, it's a SpaceX booster rocket.
Oh, okay.
That it's flown twice.
Oh, wow, really?
Cool.
That's
It's flown and has landed twice, and now they have it, and that's, overhead where we'll be broadcasting.
Very cool.
Oh, that'll be very cool. All right, speaking of thrust and gas prices and such, they're still climbing across the Sunshine State. AAA reports the statewide average for a gallon of regular is $4.77, a new record high. And West Palm Beach, the average is $4.91.
Wow.
The highest in the state. Now, drivers filling up with diesel fuel are really feeling the pain at the pump. This is the national average, but AAA says a gallon of diesel is now going for $5.68.
Yep. I'm telling you, my Facebook page is littered with guys who drive trucks.
Yes.
Who listen to the program, and they're putting up those digits when they get gas, and it is
scary.
Their margins are starting to dive to the point where they really have to make some decisions,
Well, and, it's not, of course, it's our truck drivers, and I heard this last weekend that one of the things they're preparing for and fearing is a diesel fuel shortage. But you also have kids home on vacation.
Mm-hmm.
They want to go and do things. That means getting in a car and spending money. Well, now you're going to be able to choo-choo to the zoo.
All right.
Just in time for summer 2022. Yeah, visitors can now ride Sunrail to the Sanford station and catch a free shuttle to the Central Florida Zoo.
Very cool.
Not only that, riders can also get 20% off their zoo admission for using the service.
Cool, man.
Zoo CEO Richard Glover said choo-choo to the zoo is perfect for families looking to save on gas, reduce their carbon footprint, and yet still get that house load of kids outside, running around, do something outside. The program will be available through July 29th.
And introduce people to the line. I mean, a lot of people still don't use it. I've never ridden it. I've been in
Really?
I've never ridden it.
Nope.
Yeah, I took it once to a concert to go see Hall & Oates.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, went from left from Winter Park to downtown. It's convenient. The problem is it's not run on convenient times. It's great if you work downtown or in any of those stations.
9 to 5ers, yeah.
9 to 5ers, but they've got to do something. And I know it's a cost thing, but...
You know what we need in the city is about 1 million more people to make that more viable.
Just wait 2 more hours.
By the time we're off the air.
Florida, there it is. There's Florida.
Back in the back.
Oh, this is so cool.
Yep.
I mean, it's not cool, but it's mwah.
Where was it this time? Hiding behind the pickle pig's feet?
No, this is Northport, Florida. So a man is hurt after getting bitten by an alligator early this morning in Sarasota County.
Okay.
The sheriff's office says the man mistook the gator for a dog on a really long leash in some bushes.
He's got to hit up Filatowski.
At a motel in Northport.
Fast.
And when he walked by the dog on a long leash and it didn't move out of his way, it's when he realized it was an alligator because it took a big chunk out of his leg.
Oh, wow. Really?
Do we know how old this guy is?
No, I didn't look up that part, but...
How about we not ask those questions?
I don't know. It seems like a real old guy thing.
A deputy was already in the area and was able to call for help for the man who was rushed to the hospital for treatment. An officer was able to capture the gator as well and turn it over to a trapper.
Yeah. Well, maybe the next shooter will be a gator.
I like how the police officer just played middleman right there. I don't know. You take it, trap man.
All right, and some other real quick stories before we tie things up. Have you heard Apple iPhone users will soon be able to unsend text messages after they've hit send?
Saving relationships from here to Germany.
The feature is part of the new iOS 16 announced by Apple CEO Tim Cook at the company's Worldwide Developers Conference in San Jose. The operating system update is due to arrive in the coming months.
Really? That's cool. Now,
I know we talked about earlier at the beginning of the show, Ross, you were lamenting the fact that everything everything has gone up in price.
Yeah.
Everything. Can't get a break on anything. Well,
except comedy wages. Let me throw that out there. That really hasn't changed since 86.
Well, Target plans to cut prices, cancel orders, and take other steps to reduce its increased inventory. The Minneapolis-based retailer believes the actions will lower its profit in the current quarter more than predicted just 3 weeks ago, rather. But the good news is that for customers that are looking to buy a new TV, some outdoor furniture, kitchen appliances, look for prices to drop on those objects as Target tries to push them out the door to make room for better selling merchandise.
Boy, I hope they retroact that because I literally just bought a new TV from Target not even a week ago.
No.
Because it was closed.
What's the matter? The closed caption, you can get it turned on your previous TV?
I wouldn't just quit. I actually ordered the power board for it because that's what they said it was and took it apart to fix it. That's not what it was. So
bummer.
I had to buy a new one.
After buying a power board.
Well, we're going to send that back. We're going to send them the bad one, then sell the good one online. You know how it goes.
That's smart. Very
Thank you, Jack. I appreciate
smart.
it. And then sell the TV somebody without a power board.
And then when you get the new TV, definitely get the sound bar because that does make a difference.
Yeah, I got one of those for sure.
All right. The world's largest 4-day work week pilot program is kicking off in the United Kingdom. Over 3,000 workers across 70 different companies are going to switch from working 5 days a week to 4 without a pay decrease.
All right.
Now, however, workers must promise to remain just as productive. The CEO of the nonprofit 4-Day Week Global said reducing hours in favor of output-focused work will improve employees' quality of life and give companies a competitive edge.
You know, I know of a company here in town that's doing that. They went to the 4-day work week about a month and a half ago, if I remember right. Everybody has Friday off, and so far, like no major collapses or no problems. Everybody seems to be pretty darn happy.
I think that's the next evolutionary step in our work-life balance.
And to be honest with you, they're not adding the hours on to the other days either. I think the day increased 1 hour, so that it's just so they're putting in I think it comes out to 38 or 40 hours. It's not quite 40 hours, but still getting paid the same amount.
Right, exactly.
Production and productivity has not dropped.
I just like that they were like, promise.
Pinky swear.
Yeah.
Okay, and then finally, I asked Jack and Jimmy this. Ross, if a stranger walked up to you at a Wawa.
Yes.
Okay, good. Thank you. No, because I agree.
And shot you in the face. Again.
No, so what is it? A stranger walks up to me?
Well, a Michigan woman is celebrating after a stranger correctly guessed that she would strike it rich if she bought a lottery ticket. The woman was in line at a gas station when someone just approached her.
Someone? You mean an angel?
Yeah. Betting she'd win $4 million.
Oh, what?
If she purchased a $30 ticket. She followed their advice and ended up winning that exact amount.
That's unbelievable.
The woman later claimed her prize, taking a lump sum payment of around $2.5 million.
Wow.
And
what happened to the guy?
That's what I want to know.
Did she give the guy any money? And by the way, a scratch-off is supposed to be the exact amount. Oh, she had the taxes taken out.
Right.
There you go.
But
they
that's
don't,
a very
they don't
good
even
question.
tell you if the guy got a little taste.
It would be funny like this.
Hey.
And then the drunk guy wandered off and was hit by a bus.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll do a little bit of digging there because, yeah, I mean, literally, wouldn't that be weird if they just walked in, said, hey, buy that ticket, you're going to win, and then just walked away and you never saw him again?
And the thing is, if it was just like a stranger, like a homeless person wandering around, usually they're relatively territorial, right? Like the homeless people usually stay within a certain area. They're not wandering about. They're like nomads. So what I'm saying is you would more than likely find that same person in that same area.
I don't know. Ross hasn't been able to find Mike.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
All right, and this just in. Wow, this is just a breaking news story. The 10-year-old Orlando girl has been charged with murder for shooting a 41-year-old woman who had been fighting with her mother. Remember, this had happened in Memorial Day at an apartment complex in Pine Hills over a social media post when the mother handed her 10-year-old daughter the handbag and she shot the woman twice. She has now just been arrested on a murder charge.
Wow, 10 years old.
10 years old.
What do you do to a 10-year-old?
You prevent that from ever happening again.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I don't.
God almighty. What do you do to a 10-year-old who pulls the trigger on somebody?
Well, the question is, she's going to end up going in juvie, and But then what do you do when she's 18?
Right.
Well,
I mean,
you got
you can't
to
let
teach
her
her
go.
now that that's not how you end an argument.
Yeah, but what kind of life lessons and education do you get?
Oh, well,
In
I mean,
juvie.
the same one John Hinckley got for shooting the president.
Right.
I'll tell you what's happening with that guy as soon as we get back here in a second.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you're not going to believe it.
Well, now you all are officially woke, and Woke News is brought to you by Home Loans Radio with that mortgage guy, Don, and he knows that mortgage rates have gone up. But something else that has gone up a lot these past couple of years includes your home values, and that means you likely have more equity than you've ever had before. And now is a great time to tap into your hard-earned equity to do maybe some home improvements, pay off higher interest credit card debt, lower your monthly bills, or maybe just plan that dream vacation. Go to homeloansradio.com. Ask Don any mortgage question. Get a written quote so easy by hitting apply now. Again, homeloansradio.com or thatmortgageguydon.com.
Thanks, Ed. 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Orlando City hosts Houston Dynamo FC on Saturday, June 18th. Coverage starts at 7 p.m. on our sister station, FM 96.9 The Game.
Well, everybody, good Tuesday to you. Fox 35 Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Jamie King, Fox 35 Storm Center. Want to update you, Central Florida weather for you on this Tuesday. Hot and humid, friends. On average today, about 94 inland, so the heat will be on, a little cooler along the beaches. Showers and storms set up after about 2 o'clock. Coverage lower, intensity lower than yesterday at about 40% coverage. North-northwest winds through the day at 5 to 10. We're 74 tonight. Rain wraps up before 9 p.m. Chance for the evening at 30%. The coming days, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, the outlook rain chances at 40 to 50% each and every afternoon with hot, humid highs at 94. For Fox 35, I'm Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Jamie King. Have a great day. Keep it to Fox for the very latest.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's Breakfast Baconator. Don't let breakfast be boring when it could be better. Wendy's Breakfast Baconator will have you feeling sunny side up all day long. Wake up to fresh cracked eggs, savory sausage, and oven-baked bacon, of course. Order it and start looking forward to tomorrow morning at participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours only.
Inflation may be running high, but if you buy your windows now at FAS Windows and Doors, they will lock in your price. They have the largest window and door showroom in Central Florida with 38 unique windows on display ready for you to operate. It's their Winter Park showroom. It's on Fairbanks, just off of I-4. Go see the selection. They have a full selection of hurricane windows and doors as well. Estimates are always free, and they'll give you plenty of options to work with. And their products have a lifetime warranty. And right now, you can enjoy rebates of $55 per window, $95 per door. No money down, no interest, no payments for 12 months, and financing for a limited time. It's FAS Windows and Doors. You find them online at faswd.com.
Baby boomers and retirees, stop the leftist smash and grab of your retirement savings. Take action now to shield your savings from socialism and volatile markets. National talk show host and best-selling author Chuck Oliver of The Hidden Wealth Solution will teach you how to get a head start to be retirement tax smart. Imagine learning proven strategies that are saving boomers and retirees thousands in unnecessary taxes. Visit taxessaved.com. taxessaved.com.
This job, we fight for as many people as we can. Sometimes people are afraid to fight the insurance companies. That's why I'm here. Injured on the go, just call Mo. Mo DeWitt. Offices, Orlando and Tampa.
Introducing the Amscott Installment Cash Advance. From $100 to $1,000 with no credit checks and flexible payment options. That's more money and more time to pay it back. Amscott. Some restrictions apply, subject to approval.
One day you're serving in the military, and then the next day you come home and you're dealing with an injury.
Britton is in recovery from an addiction to prescription opioids.
My opioid misuse and need got so strong. Addiction is hard. You're not going to fix it on your own. You have to reach out for help. The recovery side of it is amazing. You get to a place where you're proud of yourself again.
If you or someone you know is struggling, there is hope. Recovery is possible. Visit cdc.gov/RX awareness.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. The one who just thought about checking your phone. How about don't? The car is no place for multitasking. Trust me, that text can wait. Those notifications can go unchecked until you get where you're going. Did you know that you can now be stopped and ticketed in Florida for texting and driving? So put that phone down and focus on driving. This message brought to you by the Florida Department of Transportation.
I contacted you because an uncle of mine was murdered about 20 years ago.
A bullet smashes through Dr. Barnett Slepian's kitchen window.
They were watching us. That's the scary part.
Dr. Slepian's murder struck fear in the medical community and devastated his family.
I just became obsessed with Bart's killer.
I'm David Ridgen, and this is the return of Someone Knows Something. Listen to Someone Knows Something on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you listen to podcasts.
The best offer ever is back at International Diamond Center. 5 years, zero interest financing on practically everything. That $3,000 Eternity Band is just $50 a month. Buy now and spread your payments over 5 years with zero interest. Rings, earrings, pendants, bracelets. Don't miss this limited time offer. Get that $6,000 designer ring and pay just $100 a month. We'll even finance the sales tax. Fine jewelry has never been more affordable at International Diamond Center.
Heard about higher interest rates? Not to worry at International Diamond Center. Right now, with any purchase, you can pay zero interest for 5 whole years. Engagement rings, wedding bands, designer fashion jewelry, pendants, earrings. Buy now and spread your payments out over 5 whole years with zero interest. How about a $10,000 designer ring for just $167 a month? Don't miss this amazing buying opportunity now for a limited time at International Diamond Center.
International Diamond Center, 4 Orlando locations on approved credit.
One day you're serving in the military, and then the next day you come home and you're dealing with an injury.
Britton is in recovery from an addiction to prescription opioids.
My opioid misuse and need got so strong. Addiction is hard. You're not going to fix it on your own. You have to reach out for help. The recovery side of it is amazing. You get to a place where you're proud of yourself again.
If you or someone you know is struggling, there is hope. Recovery is possible. Visit cdc.gov/RxAwareness.
Did you know that most adults with autism are unemployed, and a major hurdle is the lack of job opportunities? That's why Autism Speaks is teaming up with Lee Container, the J. Donald and Laurel Lee Family Foundation Fund, and Delivering Jobs to create a more inclusive workforce in the U.S. Are you an HR professional, community leader, or business owner? Join us in creating a workforce where people of all abilities can contribute and thrive. To learn more, visit autismspeaks.org/employment.
Instagram, it's not just for dog pick. Oh my god, look at this cute puppy. At Real Radio 1041. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show. Also available to watch at The Jim Colbert Show on Twitch.
Now, Jim, you know that inflation wasn't caused by just giving away free money. It's also a supply and demand issue around the world. There's also a global inflation around the world. So everybody's hurting, not just Americans, but everybody. Oh, and by the way, Europe's been paying high gas prices for years. So we are so lucky to have had gas prices for as long as we have.
You are correct.
Yeah.
407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show. I'm Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. Dan Seals dies. Seals and Cross. I was listening to Summer Breeze during the break. That Midnight Special show was very cool back in the 70s and late 70s and 80s. Or actually through the early 70s, because it was all live. Unlike a lot of the other shows that you would watch where the bands would go and play. It was all just a track. But that Midnight Special, they would actually play their instruments. So you can hear some pretty cool acoustic and electric performances for some classic performers on that show, if you ever want to YouTube that. Turn that up, dog. You remember this song, Ross? Have you heard this?
I have.
Yeah, I mean, legendary.
Do I remember it?
This guy looks exactly like Fritz. You look up Dan Seals, he looks remarkably similar to Fritz, our buddy Fritz.
Yeah.
Man, what a great tune. Listen to this harmony here.
Summer breeze.
Oh, yeah, man.
Makes me feel fine.
Somebody hand me my captain's hat. All right, 407-916-1041. When I was telling you guys before the break, we're talking about that 10-year-old. Somebody said something that's not the first time this 10-year-old's been in trouble like this.
Oh.
Somebody said there's a story out there that maybe she's involved in another situation where a shooting happened or something. I don't know.
I don't know about that one.
So I don't know if you've read. I said this earlier. Today's Tuesday, but it had to have been last week. I don't think I brought this up yesterday. John Hinckley Jr., for you guys who do not know, attempted to assassinate Ronald Reagan back in the early 80s. He was institutionalized, jailed, the whole 9 yards, and he's been there forever. Now, over the last, I think, about 10 years, there's been a bubbling story about this guy getting some kind of release to be able to leave on the weekends and go enjoy himself and then come back and spend the week in jail to be able to visit his mom.
I remember that being the case, I think I want to say like almost 10 years ago, but inevitably full release was expected for this guy.
Yeah, I know, but that's like, so I think it was like a test case with him. He had been an exemplary prisoner. He'd done nothing wrong. I think they'd got his meds right, basically. You could look at him even to this day and know that something in his eyes just weren't or couldn't connect or whatever. So anyway, he shoots former President Ronald Reagan
as an attempt to impress the actress Jodie Foster,
right? And in an attempt
James Brady, too, right?
Yeah, he shot James Brady, which started the Brady Bill, one of the first gun legislation laws I remember.
Yeah,
and it looks like, well, there's no looking like, he is out, and he is playing a concert in New York. Because he has an acoustic guitar and he learned how to play in prison. And he wrote some songs, and it's sold out. The show is sold out.
Wow, that's bumming you out.
Of course it is.
Guy shot a president of the United States, and he's playing a show in New York, and he's sold out. Now, do you think he's sold out because his music is good? Or do you think he's sold out because you get to watch a guy who tried to assassinate the president of the United States of America and is out and around?
I think very few people have any idea what his music sounds like.
Yeah. He was committed to St. Elizabeth's Hospital for 34 years before release under certain restrictions in 2016. And that's the first time I heard that he'd gotten out for one of those little weekend trips.
Right.
I also thought that was a, let's see how this goes kind of thing, which started way before that. But
I just remember thinking, even though he was institutionalized in one of those rare cases where an insanity defense actually came to pass, it worked, my understanding was that that's just something you don't ever get out of prison for.
Right. That's the thing is, like, even Ross, Ross is like, yeah, you should not ever get out of prison. I don't care what happens. I don't care what happens to you. If you become an oracle and start predicting the future, do it from jail because you tried to shoot the president. And this is a quote from him. This is to give you an idea. A big thank you to everyone who helped me get my unconditional release, he wrote on Twitter. What a long, strange trip this has been. Now it's time to rock and roll.
Wow.
Oh, man.
That is pretty rock and roll.
That's very rock and roll.
Guy shot the president.
Well, now he's just trying to rock out.
Now, let me ask you, how many people, just in general, I mean, I know that there are releases like this, could shoot even a high-level person? I mean, Chapman died in prison, right? The guy who shot John Lennon?
Is one life worth more than another?
Yeah, in certain situations, I would say yeah.
Okay, so shooting you is not the same as shooting a police officer, is not the same as shooting a president.
Yeah, we know that to be the case because when you shoot a cop, it's way different, right?
Well, we know the reaction might be more personal by law enforcement, but is that different morally speaking?
Yeah, I don't know. Morally speaking, a life is a life. I understand what you're saying, but the value of that person in the community does make a difference. What that person stands for in the community, I think, makes a difference. The president of the United States is a figurehead of this country, and actually a global headpiece for us as a community, as a country, and for somebody to be able to shoot them and then play a sold out show 30 years later.
Yeah, 40, but the idea that it's the amount of the level of popularity, the amount of people know it, for someone being shot and killed on the street that we don't know, and then John Lennon, but more people mourn the loss of John Lennon and are more angry about it. But is there a real difference as one life over another, and should the punishment be different for
I think
the homeless person someone murders or the well-known connected person that someone murders?
I think the presidency really kind of rises above all of that, in my opinion. I mean, I think that does rise above all of that.
Because it's the office. It is
the office.
It's more than just the person. It's the symbolism of the office.
Yes.
I mean, I kind of I agree with you, but for completely different reasons.
All right.
I the office, all of that, that's irrelevant kind of to me. But the thing is that you're setting a tone of going like, the trickle down effect, no pun intended.
Yeah.
But the trickle down effect is not promising if the guy who shot the president doesn't spend the rest of his life in prison.
Right, and the thing is even in the context of saying what you just said, you had to mention that he's the president to give the argument value.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I agree with you, but it's just from the after effect more so than just the event itself.
Right.
And for me, it's the fact that, there are laws in place. And again, I don't know what the lyrics of his songs are, so
yay!
No, but I mean, like,
so much of that.
If he specifically talked about the crime, like, would laws kick in that would keep him from being able to use the concert proceeds because there are laws in place that keep you from profiting off of what you did as a crime, or is that artistic? Is that subjective? Being, but that's my issue. It's a sold out concert that he's not a musician. He never was. And people are, it's that kind of freak factor.
Yeah,
just
sure.
want to show up and see what he looks like.
It's a morbid freak show. Do you think there will be a Secret Service person there? Like just plain clothes Secret Service, just checking him out, making sure everything's cool? Or do you, once you let the guy go, you're like, okay, he's good. He's gone. He's good. Everything's fine.
I can't imagine that they would incur the cost. I mean, but I don't know. I don't know how that operates.
I don't know. This guy convinced himself to shoot the president. I don't know, man. That's pretty crazy to me. I just don't understand how somebody can do that and be out of jail. Complete freedom, playing a show, sold out, making money.
Let's rock and roll.
Rock and roll. 407-916-1041. What'd you do that's new is next?
Twitter poll?
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh,
Twitter poll.
yeah.
Willing to admit our preoccupation with short-term solutions in exchange for something shiny. Is that a new iPad? Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Eastbound travel on I-4 still a stop-and-go ride between U.S. Highway 27 and 429. It's also heavy between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535. We're seeing a slow ride now westbound on I-4 between World Drive and Osceola Polk Line Road, and delays from that earlier wreck south on 417 between Moss Park Road and Narcoossee Road. The Beach Line accident-free. See traffic problems? Call the Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center. I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Junk sleep got you down? The sleep experts at Mattress Firm can help. Get a king bed for a queen price and save up to $500 off during the best Memorial Day sale ever. Plus, get a free adjustable base with qualifying purchase.
As a rental property owner, you can do a lot of things yourself and probably already do. But there are two things you can't do unless you hire the Realty Medics. Get real-time information on your properties and get an entire year's worth of rent up front. Only the Realty Medics offers upfront rent. You can get a year's worth paid upfront. That puts $10,000 to $30,000 in your pocket fast, and they're the only company in Florida to offer upfront rent. But that's not all. Only the Realty Medics has the property performance dashboard where you can track showings, applications, rent payments, and more. Just two more reasons why the Realty Medics are the highest rated and most reviewed property management company in Central Florida, and that's on some of the biggest platforms like Yelp, Google, and the Better Business Bureau. Take just 5 minutes on the RealtyMedics.com to see how they've made DIY landlording obsolete, and for a limited time, they'll even give you 2 months of management free when you use promo code FREE1041. That's the RealtyMedics.com, promo code FREE1041.
The podcast Deliver Us from Ervil reveals the dark story of Ervil the Baron and the reporters, cops, and insiders who tried to take down his vicious, organized crime family.
When I arrived in that town, I expected to find it under siege, people living in fear. But instead, I found something more interesting than that crime I had originally been sent to cover.
Listen to Deliver Us from Ervil on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts. Brought to you by DuckDuckGo. Search, browse, and email privately, all for free with the DuckDuckGo app.
Let the Mossy family protect your family. It's more than just a slogan, it's a fact. A home with a fence is 5 times less likely to get broken into. You can count on the Mossy family to protect your family. Visit mossyoakfences.com.
Whether you're a plumber, roofer, electrician, or carpenter, a pro's got to have the right tools. Like Lowe's Pro Business Credit Cards. The cards that have every pro's back, big or small, giving you more flexibility and more credit options. Because at Lowe's, every pro is an MVP to us. Take your business to the next level and apply now. Subject to credit approval. See store at Lowe's.com/credit for details. U.S. only.
Coming in at 5'3", it's number one mom. She switched to Xfinity and got the all-new 3-for-1 bundle. Unlimited internet, streaming, and Xfinity Mobile. All for what you could pay wireless companies for just one 5G unlimited line. Boom! Shakalaka! That's why they call her the Master of Moolah, the Sultan of Savings, the Queen of Cash. And now, also with Xfinity Internet, you can get unlimited data, Wi-Fi equipment, and a free Flex 4K streaming box included with a 2-year rate guarantee and no term contract. All for just $30 per month when you add an Xfinity mobile plan at regular rates. Go to Xfinity.com/3-for-1, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit an Xfinity store today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay. New fast internet 300 megabits per second customers only. Xfinity Mobile requires post-pay Xfinity Internet. After 24 months, regular rates apply to all services and devices.
Picture the perfect international vacation. Historic architecture, quaint cafes, beautiful beaches. It sounds great. Now imagine getting there. You got a 14-hour cramped flight, a long wait in customs, and a whole lot of jet lag to look forward to. Introducing a new way to travel, intranationally. Get all that international charm without ever leaving the country. Get all the culture, cuisine, and beaches right here in St. Augustine, Ponte Vedra. Travel intranationally. Visit FloridasHistoricCoast.com to learn
Hey,
more.
Central Florida. Don't you miss when life was easy? I sure do. RC Hill here from RC Hill Mitsubishi. Today, buying a car is as easy as one and done. Visit just one dealership, put just $1 down, and you're done. You could drive a new Mitsubishi today, like the all-new 2022 Outlander in stock and ready for delivery. So if you hate your old ride, give it the old one and done. It's that easy. Only at my one and done sale. I'm RC Hill. I'm your car dealer next door. See all the cars online at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Visit rchill.com for details.
A bounce check can be expensive. Why risk it when an Amscot cash advance could cost a lot less? Up to $500 on the spot with no credit check, and it won't hurt your credit rating. Amscot. Some restrictions apply.
Some roads take us to where we want to go. Other roads lead to Mo. In a world full of dangerous roads, there's only one thing you need to know. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind studio. Your accident, your future, your attorney. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or call pound 546 from your cell. You're listening to WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station. The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 104.1.
Hi, guys. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Thanks so much for tuning in on this beautiful Tuesday afternoon. A little steamy out there. Make sure you keep yourself hydrated. Catch some shade occasionally if you're working outside, for sure. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
And so is Jack.
Hi there.
And Ross sits right over there.
Oh, yeah. Everyone's sweating.
Everybody's sweating for sure. Let's do what you do that's new.
What you do that's new. What you do that's new.
Hey!
If we only knew something new to do, we're relying on you. Tell us something new brought to you by Clausman Law.
That's right, Clausman Law. That's Clausman Law, KLAUSMAN Law.com. Offices Winter Park, 407-917-1718. Car crash call. Clausman just had somebody text earlier asking for an attorney recommendation on an accident, and I quickly shot the phone number and name right over. And you can do the same thing if you have a situation like that. Glenn's very good at what he does. All right, what you do that's new every Tuesday. Right around this time, we come by and one member of the show will pick out something for the other members to watch, read, or listen to. Then we come back and discuss that and then move to the next member. Today is Ross's Choice, and I'll have something for you guys in just a few minutes. Ross, what did you serve up for us today, my friend?
I chose a video that was created in 1991. It's a speech by John Cleese talking about creativity and, just how to be creative, some conversations about creative people, mainly speaking about how they are not smarter than everybody else. That is not true whatsoever. It's not IQ related at all. But then what makes a creative person creative? And also, how does a creative person harness their creativity? I thought it was an interesting watch. I'll tell you, before I dive into it even more, it was a little bit of a bummer for me to watch. For about half of the video, it made me a little sad in some ways, but it also made me happy and kind of knowing what legend John Cleese is in comedy. It's still refreshing to know that this is how he did it. This is what he believes in, and I thought it was beyond enlightening.
What made you sad about it?
What made me sad about it is that the certain parts about his technique of creating and all of that, I felt like I have experienced in my life. And what made me sad is that I currently do not experience those things.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Talking about the mood that you set yourself in, what you need, the 5 things. I love how he said time twice.
Yeah.
It's also a funny video in the sense of you get to see, a bunch of old school jokes. But that would be the main reason why I even suggested this, is because I thought it was fascinating, enlightening, but also it melted my brain of going, well, how do I get back to that point in my life where I think I was the most creative at a point not too long ago, 5 years ago, 6 years ago.
Yeah. This is a technique video. It really is. It's kind of interesting because what I took from it was this, that necessarily when it comes to creativity, I think people automatically liken themselves to right or left brain. We've been taught those terminologies over the years. Like if you're left brain, you're more creative. If you're right brain, you're more logical. And you can build stuff and engineer, but in creativity, you can't paint. You don't see colors or shapes together. You don't do things like that. But in reality, I mean, this kind of told me that's a bit of a farce. And the reason why is because you can actually program yourself through a certain way of thinking to increase the possibility of you being creative. In other words, how to draw that out of you if you don't think you're a creative person. I mean, I think everybody here has probably met somebody who's very creative, but they always are trying to convince you they're not. But everything they do is kind of unique and different than how other people roll. They just don't have the confidence, which is one of the 5 things he was talking about in accessing those things. And I found that very interesting. It was more clinical than I thought it would be from a guy like John Cleese.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, I thought at the end when he talks about writing scripts, he goes, there's a guy that I worked with at Monty Python who was way more talented than me, was way funnier, had more natural talent, but my scripts were funnier because I was able to apply these rules of creativity to writing and he would not. Therefore, I would kind of noodle a joke for an hour where he found the first thing that he thought fit and would write it down because he wanted to accomplish that goal rather than make the best thing. And that's a battle I think a lot of people in our jobs, I think any job that requires a little bit of a creativity deals with. The idea of getting the answer quickly and efficiently, or as opposed to getting the best answer that provides the best, situation, whether it be joke or story or whatever the case may be. What do you think?
Oh, it spoke to me in a different part. The creativity where he talked about being willing to sit with a problem for a little bit longer made me think of the last What'd You Do That's New that you had assigned, Jimmy, Mo Norman.
Yeah.
And how he was the best striker in all of golf simply because
that's all he did.
He practiced all the time. Right. And so John Cleese would talk about sitting with that creative discomfort where I just am going through that with a project that I'm working on at home. And then finally, after sitting with this for weeks and weeks and just stressing about what I was going to do, the vision what I was waiting for finally came.
You gave it time.
And it was like, and he spoke directly to
Yeah,
that. He
absolutely.
spoke directly to being willing to sit with that creative discomfort and work the problem and work the problem and work the problem. And then you're rewarded with the solution.
Yeah.
So I really loved it. And it reminds you in management and in a workspace how to continue to capture that creativity in a space that's harder to control than
Right.
being at home.
And then that whole closed and open theory of your brain being able to accept and create in an open sense, but you have to put your brain there. In other words, it's not like I think most people believe that people who they consider creative just walk around being creative all the time. It doesn't really work that way. It's in stages, and you learn how to nurture that. What do you think, Jack?
Yeah, this was almost a 40-minute video. By minute 9, I was sleeping. True story. So I decided to listen to it because, he was just standing behind a podium in 1991. It wasn't a really stunning video.
No.
But the audio was so important. So I went on my bike ride today, popped it in, and listened to it. Absolutely loved it. The concepts reminded me a lot on his time over time. That second time was using all the time you have to kind of, so you're not trying to rush it and you have time to kind of mull it over. It reminds me of a different thing. My wife and I were talking about procrastination and something she read on that one time, how sometimes when people procrastinate, their finished product is better because that whole time they were procrastinating, it was something they were mulling over and allowed them to kind of get a different result than that person who just did it right away.
Right.
But it's not procrastinating and forgetting about it. What John Cleese was talking about was creating that environment for you to be creative.
Right.
And allowing and removing some of those distractions and allowing yourself to kind of get in that mindset. And the one thing that he kept linking it back to was like a child at play. And that is where, those creative juices really start in humans is, being that kid at play where you don't have those restrictions and
there's no rules.
Those limitations or rules, governing your behavior. And it's kind of trying to create an environment where your mind can get back to that to allow it to develop, and who knows what will develop. But to Ross's point, like John Cleese said, it's not a matter of IQ. It's
or talent.
It's not a talent thing. It's about allowing yourself to kind of explore those regions with the self-confidence and not being intimidated and just put out the work and see what you have. It was very interesting.
That's the part that absolutely. What was that?
Where'd you find this? How'd you stumble upon this?
I believe my brother told me about this like months ago.
Yeah?
And I ended up watching it about 3 or 4 weeks ago, just on my own accord. And I just thought it was both enlightening, but also very troubling because I knew at my most creative times in my life, it was spot on. The ability to play, being kid-like, not worrying about life, and as I'm getting older and things are starting to weigh more and those deserve more and more focus, when I am all of a sudden kind of straying away from what I really have enjoyed doing thus far on this planet, which is making stuff out of thin air.
Mm-hmm.
But you say you find that troubling. Couldn't this just be a reaffirmation of that is the path you would need to take to get to that place that you want to be? Just kind of an affirmation that, oh, all right, that's the situation I have to create for myself to be that creative. So instead of feeling like you're missing out, feeling you now have a little more information to take control of your situation.
I mean, you always have control over your situation, but that situation just not out of nowhere, but it has slowly but surely became harder to obtain that creative, playful mindset when I'm thinking about having a kid in 2 years. I'm worried about this place and understanding that this is a insanely awesome job and cool opportunity. And then when all of a sudden I'm off, then there's stand-up comedy, doing that live and not really looking at that thinking, well, that's not as profound to me as creating, a beginning, middle, and end 2-3-page script that I think is flawless.
And the thing is, I think also the common misconception would be that only professionals can apply this to, like you're talking about a professional comedian applying this to a professional comedy career. But in reality, a student could apply this to a project in class. A mom could apply this to a learning possibility for their kids in an at-home school scenario. These tenets that he's talking about, these 5 things, time being 2 times, which I also agree shows you the importance of taking your time and doing that. See, that's what I thought. I was like, man, this is applicable across a lot of platforms.
Absolutely.
I think that's why it was a management thing, because it really is a message to people who manage people, whether it be a teacher, a boss, whatever the case may be, a college professor that manage people who could or could not be creative, to look for signs to ensure that there's a possibility that could happen.
Which he sums up sarcastically at the end.
Yes, exactly right.
Yeah. Anyway, the link is there. It's at JimColbertLive.com. If you see the What'd You Do That's New Master List 2022, it's the top link right now under Ross's name, and there's a link to YouTube for this creativity and management video by John Cleese.
Very good. Do we have a short little segment before we get to Naomi?
We do not.
We
That's
do not.
next.
We're going.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going into tracing trauma, but I will give you hours in the short segment right before 5 o'clock because it's a really interesting little story. I got to tell you, I love unsolved mysteries. I don't know about you guys, right?
I like solved ones.
Jack the Ripper, the Black Dahlia, things like that. Zodiac, up until recently, we're that was up in the air. There are a number of those that you guys have never heard about, and I found one, and I've known about it for a while. That's really intriguing, and actually, news stories have been kind of created about this over the last couple of years about this kind of weird mystery, and I'll tell you what that is in just a bit. Tracing Trauma up next with NaomiBradshaw.com.
What you do that's new, brought to you by Glenn Klossman, KLESNANLAW.com.
Proudly sponsored since day one by Glenn Klossman, KlossmanLaw.com.
From the Klossman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Klossman Law. KlossmanLaw.com.
Stop-and-go traffic continues eastbound on I-4 out of Polk County between U.S. Highway 27 and 429, and also between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535. It's a solid ride westbound, too, between World Drive and Osceola Polk Line Road. We're also seeing delays between 535 and Osceola Parkway, as well as between Sand Lake Road and State Road 535. See traffic problems? Call the traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. Staples Print and Marketing Services help small business print big with wide format signs and banners. Right now, get $10 off custom printed signs, banners, and posters when you spend $50 or more. Offer ends 7/2. Visit staples.com/this is your sign for details. This is your sign to print big at Staples.
Man, Tijuana Flats knows what they're doing. They're legends here in Central Florida. Great partners of our community as well, and they are cranking it up with new cranked up carnitas at Tijuana Flats. These incredible new dishes are going to be, you are going to absolutely love them. They double down on all this deliciousness. The queso blanco, carnitas chimichanga, which is carnitas-style pork, refried beans, garlic lime sauce, flash fry, top of queso blanco, the chipotle barbecue pork tacos, again, that great carnitas-style pork, bacon, chipotle barbecue sauce, spicy mayo, crispy onions. The shrimp menu is incredible, and they've killed it again with these cranked-up carnitas. You are going to love it. Try Tijuana Flats today. They're everywhere.
Divorce? Call Trinley and Kramer, TK Law, onefirmforlife.com.
When the heat is on, Del Air can turn it off. Go to delair.com to schedule your appointment today.
Our 2022 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Friday, September 23rd and Saturday, September 24th.
T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas.
Keep listening to win your way there before you can even buy tickets.
On sale Friday, June 17th at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific.
But starting June 15th at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific, Capital One cardholders can score tickets and other awesome experiences before anyone else for 48 hours only or while supplies last. Visit iHeartRadio.com/Capital One for more pre-sale details. What's in your wallet?
My husband keeps asking to get an old van we could renovate and live in.
#VanLife.
But I'm perfectly happy with my Pacifica. It has available screens mounted in seat backs for the kiddos.
I want to build storage compartments everywhere.
Right. It's called Stow and Go seating. Available in the Pacifica, you can fold the seats into the floor or just have perfectly designed hidden storage compartments.
Hey, I'm a van life dreamer.
And I live in the real world. The Chrysler Pacifica. It's the van life for real life.
Second row Stow and Go, not available in Pinnacle or hybrid models.
History isn't always boring. In fact, sometimes it can be downright creepy. I'm Aaron Mankey, the creator and host of Lore, a podcast that gives new life to the darkest stories from history. And this week, we're celebrating our 200th episode. Discover the legendary podcast that gave birth to a TV show and a book series and unlocked a love for the darker side of history in the hearts of millions of people around the world. Listen to Lore today on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Here's a top move for hiring a divorce attorney. See how they look and handle themselves on video or audio. Chances are that's them at their best, with editing, setup, and multiple takes. The courtroom is live. Mediation is live. Make sure your divorce lawyer is going to make you look good. At Trenley Kramer Law, we handle family law and divorce. TK Law, onefirmforlife.com.
No matter what I get, it's 20% off every day when I spend $1 on the McDonald's app. So yesterday was my please the whole fam on the way to the game meal. Today is my finally get them to stop asking, are we there yet meal. Who knows what tomorrow will be? Maybe a delicious crispy chicken sandwich all for myself meal. Whatever it is, it's a win. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Offer valid through December 31st, 2022 at participating McDonald's. Valid once a day. Excludes tax. McD app download and registration required.
A meal at McDonald's brings my family closer together. And now that same meal helps bring other families closer together. When we order a family bundle deal that has 40 crispy chicken McNuggets and 2 large fries, McDonald's donates 50 cents to local Florida Ronald McDonald House Charities chapters, providing a home away from home so families can stay close to their child during medical care. We can also round up our order and the extra will get donated. Food, family, and helping others? What could be better? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Cannot be combined with any other offer.
Spectrum is America's leading internet provider, delivering ultra-fast gig speeds you need on the high-performance network you want. And Spectrum's advanced home Wi-Fi is security made simple, automatically blocking outside threats, along with 99.9% network reliability. So no matter what you do online, you can do it faster, safer, and more reliably with Spectrum Internet. Get 200 megabits per second for only $49.99 a month. Visit Spectrum.com today for details. Based on internet subscribers among top internet service providers. Restrictions apply.
Gorgeous gaming, stunning streams, unbelievable bandwidth. It's another Lifestyles of Gagillionaires. Meet the AT&T Fiber customers winning at life with hyper gig speeds. Meet Gagillionaire Terry. While his love of streaming horror movies has him constantly on the edge of his seat, his internet bill won't give him a scare.
Oh, don't go in there. I'm telling you.
Because since Terry upgraded to AT&T Fiber with hyper gig speeds, he doesn't worry about data caps or equipment fees.
Come on, man. The door's open for a reason.
And best yet, he also doesn't stress about a price increase at 12 months, because with the amazing Gagillionaire lifestyle comes an exquisite sense of tranquility. Most of the time. Live like a Gagillionaire. Get straightforward pricing with AT&T Fiber. Internet that upgrades everything. No data caps, no equipment fees, and no price increase at 12 months.
Limited availability in select areas. Visit att.com/hypergig for details.
Are you ready for summer? Wherever summer takes you, make sure you take your favorite radio station with you on your adventures with the free iHeartRadio app. That's right, no matter how far from home you travel, this station, the music you love, and the best podcasts in the world will be right there with you in your pocket.
Summer soundtrack.
Sunscreen, flip-flops, and the free iHeart app. Must-haves for any summer checklist. Download the free iHeartRadio app and discover music, radio, and podcasts you'll love this summer.
This hour of programming brought to you in part by FAS Windows and Doors.
This is The Jim Colbert Show. Also available on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. Just search The Jim Colbert Show.
Welcome back to The Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. It's couple skate time. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate that on this gorgeous, steamy Tuesday. I am Jim. Deb is here.
Hey.
And so is Jack.
I might not skate, but I know who does.
Ross sits right over there. Chill. We'll get some thoughts from him in a little while. Every single Tuesday, first Tuesday of the month, we invite our good friend NaomiBradshaw.com to come by and do a little thing called Tracing Trauma. And basically, she is not a doctor or a physician, not licensed in any way, shape, or form, though she has had a very interesting path in her life. And this segment is just to tell you and show you how she's kind of managed the situation.
We're just lucky she'll even talk to us after that super successful run at Fringe, those 2 awards that she won.
Ladies and gentlemen, NaomiBradshaw.com.
Yay!
Oh, yeah. Quite a month for you.
What happened?
I don't know. You tell me.
Man.
Yeah, you went from a little blog that turned into a pretty good blog, that turned into a one-woman show, that turned into a dual winner, and it's been a bit of a roller coaster ride.
Yeah.
I think when we first talked to you about this, you were so nervous, and I would tell you, just my perspective is you were a bit unsure of yourself, which is insane considering your talent level. But you managed to make it through it. And I saw the show on its last night, and I'm glad that's the night I saw. It was very good. Enjoyed every minute of it. The time went by very quickly. It was engaging and sometimes uncomfortable. So how are you feeling?
Well, 2 things are happening. It's like my body wants to keep going, and my mind's like, why aren't you going? I'm like walking around like I should be doing something, and then I'm like, well, this is the in-between time, in between projects. So there's some value to some rest, but I'm still wanting to keep going.
Yeah, it's interestingly, the first thing I thought when the show was over is, what do you do with that now, right? I don't know that you can roll it out at Fringe next year. I don't know that can't happen. I don't know that the show has can be experienced anywhere else. I don't know what you do with a show like yours that's an hour long and has music and, some interesting storytelling in between. So what is next?
Well, I'm not exactly sure what is next, but I know that I'm going to keep on creating things, and that those things aren't necessarily also always going to be trauma related. This was something that I worked on for 4 years. It was a culmination of 30 years of research with genealogy, and that ended up being a path to forgiveness to my mother.
Yeah.
And my mother ended up passing away during opening night.
Yeah.
So, and I hadn't seen her for quite a few years because she had started getting dementia.
Yeah.
And then it ended up homeless on the streets of Daytona Beach, which is the worst place to be if you're homeless, apparently. And we got her up north on a Greyhound bus, and she got into a facility up there. So for the last remaining years of her life, she was in a nice place called Falmouth by the Sea in Maine. But just it wasn't even, she wasn't in ill health or anything.
Yeah.
And so for me, that was, she had always been a Rubik's Cube to me that I didn't know how to solve. And I loved her so much on one level, but then she was so frustrating on the other with mental illness that isn't treated. That's what happens. So I think what's going to be next for me is going to go up to New Hampshire to mourn my mother and connect with my cousins, and the continuation of the theme of going outside your comfort zone. The last time I spoke to you from the mountains of New Hampshire, I had never rented a car or traveled by plane on my own, and did so a year ago. So this year, since I've done this one-woman show and done all these scary things, I'm going to kick it up a notch, and I'm going to drive my car to New Hampshire.
God bless you. That's quite a haul there. That's a couple of 20-hour drive there, right? That's going to be pretty 16, 20 hours?
Yeah, I would say 20. It was 16 for me to do Jersey.
It's almost the entire east coast of the U.S., is it not?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
My cousin, her license plate says Noetta, no ETA.
Oh, no.
Because she's like,
no estimated time of arrival. Huh? I love that. Yeah. That'd be.
She's no kids and single, and she has a Jeep. Like if she decides I'm going to go up to the mountain and camp out in a hammock in a tree or something, So she's like, "Oh, Naomi, you definitely want to avoid, New York City and Boston." And so she's like typing up all these routes for me, and of course I'm going to ask Jack for some help, of course, because he knows,
Nothing.
lots of stuff.
There you go.
He knows a lot of stuff. He does.
So let me ask you a couple of interesting questions here, okay? Because we've gotten beyond the gone thing now. So
Yeah.
I'm interested in this because I've not had the kind of trauma that you have. I've not experienced that. I don't know anything about it. I don't know how to relate to it because I don't. I mean, I think your show did the best job possible to explain it to people who have yet to experience that, and hopefully they never will. Were you afraid, or are you afraid of this becoming your identity? Like the whole idea of trauma becoming who you are, so that when people see you, they relate you with your story of trauma as opposed to something else. Is that what you're moving toward to end that? Or is that where you hold yourself right now?
Well, I don't think anybody is necessarily identified by the bad events in their life unless they choose to hold that identity. And that's not what I choose to hold on to. As a matter of fact, in the show Gone at the end, what I said was that what I'm going to hold on to are the good things that my mother gave me and the beautiful gifts, and the rest is gone. So I think that is the secret to post-traumatic growth, is to not try to make everything back to the beautiful way it used to be, happily ever after, some kind of thing in your mind, but to take one little thing from that trauma that's positive and move on with that, and just, get rid of the rest. I don't need that trauma, those bad events, to be around in my life. As a matter of fact, what I'd like to be known for is the joy that I exude in my day-to-day life when I am in contact with other humans.
Yeah, the reason I ask that question is I find guys who spent time on battlefields, and I would understand this because, just the idea of, fighting for your country, having that camaraderie with those group of guys, that becomes their identity. Those war experiences become who they are. And you find them getting mired in that. And as I watched the show, it seemed to be very, very deep, for you. And,
sure.
I wondered if part of that struggle was getting beyond that and then moving on to the next thing. I've got to tell you, the best news I've heard from you personally is what you said at the beginning of the show, that, the next thing you do is going to be, for you, not necessarily talking about the things that happened to you in your past. You've tackled that as this, and now you can move on and use that creativity to possibly show support for that in a different way that doesn't really focus on that particular incident in your life or those incidents. I think that's the best way to do it.
Yeah, well, absolutely. One thing that I noticed when I got sober at the beginning, when I was scouring the internet and trying to find some information about being sober and having a life without alcohol, there was a great deal of, there wasn't a whole bunch of happy online or in the people that I encountered. I didn't see a lot of happy, sober people. Everybody seemed irritable, drinking a lot of coffee, smoking a lot of cigarettes, and they're pissed off.
Yeah.
But
hey, I'm sitting right here.
Yeah, they want to be drunk. Everybody wants to be drunk. You get it.
So I thought what I wanted to do as far as who I am is recover your joy. What it's all about is just, finding your personal joy, what makes you happy in your life, and holding on to that identity rather than the identity of the trauma and the bad things that you did when you were traumatized. Shed that identity and find your personal joy. And for me, it has to do with expressing myself creatively in the arts, whether it be painting, which I'm bringing Maxine from Maxine's on Shine. She gave me a really cool box it's like a box easel, and it has all the paints and charcoals and everything in it. So I'm going to take it with me on my trip, and I'm going to do art on the way.
Oh, cool.
I'm going to try to also record it as I go along, and share it with everybody. So maybe people can tune in as I go along.
Yeah. And we're talking to Naomi Bradshaw. Her show Gone won a couple, patrons pick
and best score.
Best score at the Fringe Festival here recently did quite well attendance wise. I think a lot of the shows were damn near sold out. So we are moving beyond that. Talking to her about that experience, Deb.
Well, Naomi, I wanted to just congratulate you, not just on the show, but I wanted to ask you what each one of these wins has meant for you, because that's a big deal that was a lot of firsts you undertook last year. Then there was the show, which was a huge undertaking for anyone, and you're an entertainer. And then now you're jumping it up a notch. How proud of yourself are you?
Well, Deb, I think you may be on the same line as me on this one. What I discovered during this whole journey was that there's a few things. I have a terrible relationship with making mistakes, like almost to the point of shutting down. And then also the other thing
I love it when I make them. I love it. I accept it quite well, and I'm not difficult for myself at all.
Yeah.
I thought of you a couple times.
I'm my best friend. I'm my own best support system.
Yeah, whatever.
And then the other thing I noticed was that I have a tendency to deflect compliments, and I wasn't really absorbing all the goodness as it was happening. So I thought the next time I do something like this, I'm going to be more cognizant of trying to work on that and accept those things, because when the thing's over, you got depression,
right?
And you got loneliness, so if you soak up all that goodness while it's happening, because the Fringe Festival is filled with wonderful artists, volunteers, and experiences to learn about other people and creativity. I mean, it was so exciting to hear about the funding for the old Mad Cow Theater, and Buddy Dyer was there, and Patty Sheehan, and how the arts is getting, better and better and bigger in Central Florida. And, to have a home with the Fringe Festival like that. I mean, I'm excited. Even without a show, I'm going to it, even if I volunteer, because, the arts help people. It's great for your mental health.
Yeah, but you've got to give yourself permission to... You have to give yourself permission to accept those compliments and accept the mistakes.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Well, I almost couldn't even, the first time I ever did a successful run through of the script was at Tech, because the run prior to that, I had a nervous breakdown and I was hyperventilating because I didn't think I could do it.
So the Tech rehearsal was the day before opening night.
Wow.
Oh, no pressure
I had
there.
to have an emergency session with my therapist.
Really?
He had to smack me around a little bit with some EMDR.
That's a whole different show there, kid.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll pay double for that one. I'll just give you a heads up.
Hey, her show is part of DigiFringe. DigiFringe is still going on, and what they did was several shows that were recorded. They make them available for viewing online, and it was something that was born last year during the pandemic, and so this is the second annual DigiFringe, where following the traditional Fringe Festival, they have some shows. You can go to their website at orlandofringe.org, and you can actually watch them, a recording of the performances
cool.
there. And Gone is one of those shows that are available, along with several others. Not all of them, but some of them are there. But that's the DigiFringe, and it's, I believe, going on for another week, and it's at orlandofringe.org.
Cool.
Absolutely.
Well, listen, we
Look
want
out for a watch party coming up.
Oh, very nice.
Gacka.com.
we want you to have a nice. When are you leaving for? When are you leaving to go up north?
I believe I'm going to leave on the 12th.
On the 12th.
Because
next week.
I'm not going to drive straight through. I'm going to stop.
How long are you going to be gone?
Well, let's see.
No
I'm
ETA.
gonna come back. Well, I've got a really important thing to come back to. Yeah, our 25th wedding anniversary is coming up at the end of June.
Wow.
Really?
Wow, 25. Congratulations.
Who's the lucky guy?
Yeah, who's the lucky guy?
The poor guy is so worn out.
Who's the intolerable prick?
Why do you think she's got to go get away?
Yeah, no joke. You can't drive fast enough. Listen, don't stop at Maine. Canada has plenty of room up there.
Keep going.
They got Fringe festivals up there.
Oh, yeah. I hear Toronto's beautiful.
He hasn't met my family yet. I think he's afraid to.
I think it's their request. I'm going to be honest with you. They emailed me and told him to keep him here.
After my family, I'm afraid of no others.
All right. Well, Naomi, we wish you the very best. Great job as always.
Yeah.
NaomiBradshaw.com. You can check out the blog and all the information she has up there online. Follow her on Facebook. And, of course, watch for the trip, because if she's going to be blogging while going up there, you can kind of do the trip with her as well. Naomi, thanks. Have a safe time, and we'll talk to you when you get back.
Go have some adventures.
Okay,
You got
Love
it.
you guys.
Love you too. Go have some adventures.
All right, 407-916-1041. We'll be back in a second. I'll tell you exactly what you guys are going to have for What'd You Do That's New next week.
Real radio is Real Music Weekends. music weekends. This weekend on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by attorney Mo DeWitt. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
Well, everybody, good Tuesday to you. Fox 35 Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Jamie King, Fox 35 Storm Center. Want to update you, Central Florida weather for you on this Tuesday. Hot and humid, friends. On average today, about 94 inland, so the heat will be on, a little cooler along the beaches. Showers and storms set up after about 2 o'clock. Coverage lower, intensity lower than yesterday at about 40% coverage. North-northwest winds through the day, 5 to 10. We're 74 tonight. Rain wraps up before 9 p.m. Chance for the evening at 30%. The coming days, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, the outlook rain chances at 40 to 50% each and every afternoon with hot, humid highs at 94. For Fox 35, I'm Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Jamie King. Have a great day. Keep it to Fox for the very latest.
This report is sponsored by Wawa. Welcome back to Wawa Siptopia, your handcrafted beverage happy place. Enjoy smoothies, refreshers, hot and iced lattes, or try the new frozen coffee and frozen refreshers. Wawa is your handcrafted beverage happy place. Gotta have a Wawa.
I think everybody understands do-it-yourself alarm systems appear to be the solution for home security. They are cheap and simple to install, but that is the problem. Cheap and simple. Cheaply made, simple to bypass. So simple, some companies out there won't even put the sign up because the crooks already know how to get past those systems. The do-it-yourself cameras, just as bad. You get that warm feeling looking at the camera, see those pictures, the video. The problem is, that's not a security system. Those images aren't going to get you the help you need. That's where Safe Touch comes in. Don't be fooled by cheap and simple. Use the experts at Safe Touch. They start with that Safe Touch sign. Crooks know to stay away from a Safe Touch house. Safe Touch cameras use all that great technology, letting the bad guys know they're on camera and being identified, and that the homeowner is about to get a video of everything happening. That happens. Alerts that the central station, that the bad guys are there. They can't get in. It doesn't work like that. That always on feature has them, and the two-way communicator gets you the response you need quicker than anybody. Just call 888-723-8682. Get that free demo on the newest 5-start system from safetouch.com. State license EF233.
Coming in at 5 foot 3 inches, it's number one mom. She switched to Xfinity and got the all-new 3-for-1 bundle. Unlimited internet, streaming, and Xfinity Mobile. All for what you could pay wireless companies for just one 5G unlimited line. Boom! Shakalaka! That's why they call her the Master of Moolah, the Sultan of Savings, the Queen of Cash. And now, also with Xfinity Internet, you can get unlimited data, Wi-Fi equipment, and a free Flex 4K streaming box included with a 2-year rate guarantee and no term contract. All for just $30 per month when you add an Xfinity mobile plan at regular rates. Go to Xfinity.com/3-for-1, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit an Xfinity store today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay. New fast internet 300 megabits per second customers only. Xfinity Mobile requires post-pay Xfinity Internet. After 24 months, regular rates apply to all services and devices.
There's nothing sweeter than the sound of a step-back 3 ripping through the net. At Kia, we've mastered a move of our own, and it's called the Telluride. Its available 3.8-liter V6 engine didn't just magically appear. We built it from the ground up. So the next time you see someone splash a 30-foot fadeaway, remember how hard it is to make it look so easy. And the next time you're behind the wheel of the Kia Telluride, be inspired by the way it glides so effortlessly. Kia is the official automotive partner of the NBA. Kia, movement that inspires.
Do you want to sell your home fast? Then get ready to write down an important number. I'm Gabriel with Florida Cash Home Buyers, and we pay cash for houses with no commissions or fees. We buy properties in any condition or situation and can close in as little as 3 days or on your time frame. You can even get a $10,000 cash advance before the closing. Call us today for a free no-obligation offer. 407-410-9000. That's 407-410-9000.
Stop avoiding your erectile dysfunction issue. Peak Performance for Men is offering their best offer yet. Call today to book your free consultation and free blood flow evaluation. Peak Performance for Men helps over 80% of men who receive the treatment experience long-term improvement. All it takes is one phone call for a free consult. Call 407-464-8181. That's 407-464-8181.
Today on Hey Culligan, soft water, cleaner environment. What do you say, Greg?
Hey Culligan, are you saying if I have a Culligan high-efficiency water softener, I'm also helping the environment?
It sounds like you're saying it, Greg, and yes you are, because with the Culligan high-efficiency water softener, you'll use less detergent, soap, and harsh chemicals, and that's good for the planet.
Now you're saying it.
You bet I am, Greg. Soft water and a cleaner environment is already on the way. Let us help you out with a free in-home water test from a local Culligan water expert at Culligan.com.
What's for dinner? Burgers?
After last week, no thanks.
Avoiding foods due to fear of diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools? It may not be just stomach issues. It could be EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency. EPI can cause uncomfortable symptoms because it's a condition where the pancreas doesn't release enough digestive enzymes to break down food. But EPI can be managed. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor about your symptoms. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
This hour of talk is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.
Instagram. It's not just about food pics, but it's mostly about food pics.
At Real Radio 1041.
Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 104.1.
Hey guys, don't forget, you can leave us a talkback. Just go to realradio.fm. You can also use the can we use one of the apps?
To leave a talkback, you have to use the iHeartRadio app on any smart device. That you have the app, and
Right.
you just hit the microphone, and then you can actually now preview it. Decide if you think it's worthy of radio airplay.
Recut it.
You click, you can do it, and then you can finally send it, and it comes directly to us, and we will search for some to play throughout the rest of the day. We got some in the queue right now.
Very nice. So if you want to be part of the program, you can do that. You don't have to wait on the phone to do that or send a text. You can just send a little talk back. Go to the iHeartRadio app. You should have that already as well. It doesn't cost you a nickel, and the content there is just bananas. How much stuff is there to enjoy? Music, podcasts. It's really.
It's a Swiss Army knife.
It is a Swiss Army knife of entertainment. Anything you want, artist picks. It's very cool. And use the microphone to send us something over. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. All right, we're just kind of finishing up the What'd You Do That's New thing at the top of the hour. We went over Ross's, which was this great thing from John Cleese. It's about creativity in the not in the workplace, but
in management.
In management. And it's really interesting. And it doesn't matter if you're in the entertainment business. Go and watch it because it tells you about yourself and how to access a part of your brain and use that for yourself professionally you may not use.
Go and get your play on.
That's right. Get your play on. I thought that was also a very important part of that because people get caught up in the minutia of looking bad to people. It goes back to that whole who will or will not raise their hand in class, right? Because they're embarrassed that their answer will be wrong. Part of this open mindset to accept and kind of nurture creativity is the idea of play. And when you're playing and you're pretending, you don't really care what people are thinking because everybody's on the same plane. Everybody's kind of faking it. So, you're really just kind of trying to outfake the other person trying to outfake it. And that's important because your own ego gets caught up in stopping you so much from accomplishing things in life. You just talk yourself out of it, or you're like, oh, I don't want to look stupid. When the other person who is succeeding does not care about looking stupid. They're looking stupid and getting paid,
right.
or you are progressing, All right, so I have something a little bit different for you guys. I love mysteries.
Big fan.
Zodiac, whatnot.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Yeah.
Well, there's a little mystery
Nancy
that
Drew.
if you look on, thank you. If you look on this list of unsolved mysteries in the U.S., you're going to see some pretty common things. You remember that? I think it was Erica Lamb, the Asian girl who they had going in and out of the elevator. She was, the security footage made it look like somebody was coming after her.
Was she the one that they found in the water tower in the hotel where...
In the reservoir.
In the reservoir, yeah, above the hotel.
Yeah, and she'd been there for days because people started complaining about how the water looked and tasted and smelled. And it was her decomposing in the water cistern that she got in there. Now, they couldn't figure it out. Eventually, they came to the conclusion that she was mentally ill and went into the cooler to possibly get away from somebody she thought was chasing her, and then didn't realize the door locked behind her. There's nothing to hold on to, and of course wound up succumbing and drowning, and that was solved.
Elisa Lamb.
Yeah. There you go.
Still better than Dasani.
Right. So with that said, there are a lot of Zodiac. Zodiac is a big one. The Black Dahlia murders from back in the 20s.
Yeah.
That was a big one. Any others?
Still haven't solved that one.
Yeah, of course, the Bigfoot and Loch Ness are the ones you've known about for years. That's more of a cryptozoology thing. But
I still believe.
But these should have actual answers, right? We know for a fact this has an answer. And what I'm turning on you guys onto is actually something that CBS News covered just last year. It's called the Circleville Letters. It's the mystery of the Circleville Letters. And basically what this is, it's a little town and in Ohio, and out of nowhere, I think in the 70s is when it started, someone started writing letters to the to people in Circleville, and it had all these really personal insights into people that nobody knows how they got or how it came about. And there were hundreds of them sent, and they do not know who sent them or why they were being sent.
Spooky.
It is kind of spooky. It's about a 40-minute video. CBS News produced it, so it's super high level, and it's just kind of really interesting. They show you some samples of the letters, how it's written, why they, some theories on why they think it happened. So check it out. It's called the Circleville Letters, and if you like little interesting reads or little podcasts, this is a good one. There's also a bunch of other similar kind of things, like I'll give you another example, is who's the little girl that got killed?
There's been a lot.
JonBenet Ramsey?
JonBenet Ramsey is one of these things that they don't they don't have an answer to what?
I just
that I could just.
I guess there's a clear-cut little girl that got murdered.
Well, there aren't many high profiles that haven't been solved. This is a super high profile. My father was very wealthy. The neighborhood they lived in was extremely Tony, is the word. I think the average house in that neighborhood at that point was like $1.5 million or more. It's considerably more now. And a little blonde girl from a very affluent family dies in the house.
And a pageant contestant.
A pageant girl with no idea who did it, no nothing. I mean, a lot of compelling evidence, but no actual evidence to tie somebody to the murder. This is different because of I don't think anybody died in this situation, but these letters are just very interesting. So check it out. It's called the Circleville Letters.
JimColbertLive.com. It's already on the master list. You go for What'd You Do? That's the new master list. The top one is the Circleville Letters, and there's a link to the video.
And whoever wrote these letters, according to CBS News, knew everything about everyone and knew everyone's secrets.
It was God.
The letters were vicious and ugly and sometimes with severe psychological problems, and it just kept one after the other. By the way,
devil.
48 Hours has covered this before. There have been a number of big organizations that have tackled this Circleville letter mystery, and nobody has cracked it yet. But somebody is the writer. They don't know who it is. Very interesting. Check it out. All right. 407-916-1041. You can text us at 77031. You a little nervous about your woman hauling ass going up north by herself?
Absolutely.
And
yeah.
That would be a little nerve-wracking to me. My wife just drove to South Carolina last year, and I was like calling her every 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's, she drives well. She's a very safe driver, but just those unknown things. I'm like, all right, well, it's got to make sure. Do you have our insurance app on your phone so you know if you need a tow? And it's like what you do. It just like I'm trying to think of every scenario that I can just, it's like, yeah, it's a little nerve-wracking.
She taking a gun?
I'm not going to say anything on the air.
They say it's better never to answer that in the positive or the negative. That way, anyone you encounter just doesn't know.
Attaboy. They're very good.
Plausible deniability.
I'm just happy she's taking care of herself in one way or the other. Is the car good, mechanically ready to go?
She's got a really good car. We got it from Off Lease Only. A really solid ride, low miles, and
good.
We just wanted to wait till gas prices were at an all-time high before she went on a several thousand-mile trek.
That's when it makes the most sense.
Ironically, and I know we mentioned this yesterday, it's going to be cheaper than flying and renting a car.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, and it doesn't sound like she has like a schedule except to be here by the 25th. I mean, it's a 13-day trip. It's going to take her a full day and a half to get there and back, or get up there, and then another day and a half to get back.
Yeah, 28th is our 25th wedding anniversary on the 28th. Yeah, so it's the end of the month. So she's got a little time to flirt with.
25 years. That's the silver, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
It is the silver. I think it's the silver, dog.
I suppose
it gold?
got a couple weeks old.
No, gold's 50, I think, isn't it? Or is it diamond?
Oh, okay.
That could be diamond, dog.
What is... I don't know what metaphor.
What are you talking about, Bub?
25 years is silver?
Yeah, so when you get married, every year there's a chart that tells you when you give your wife or your spouse a wedding or an anniversary gift, like the first year I think it's paper. So the gift is supposed to be made of paper.
Cash.
Could be.
Whatever. I mean, it could be a card, could be anything. But when you get the 25th, I believe, the gift should be made of silver. And I believe on the 50th, that should be made of gold. But there's a diamond one in there as well.
I think that might be the 75th.
Or 100th.
Nobody's going to. Come on, guys.
I think it's 150th.
No one's going to live that long, I'm saying.
That's why it's the diamond.
Silver, baby.
There you go. All right, so silver.
Silver is 25th.
There's wood, there's glass, there's leather.
That's a thing?
Oh.
Well, I'm just happy that this is a thing.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, there's a lot of stuff. Wood, bone, I think was one there for a
It's
while.
interesting. Like every single one of the flowers in her bouquet has a meaning.
Yeah, you're in way over your head, Bub.
Yeah,
you are
absolutely
way over your head.
Drowning in stress.
And this is.
And
I'll throw you a float.
Diamond is the 60th.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
They're not asking much.
I'm just happy that there's a foolproof guide of anniversary gifts.
75th is diamond. So 50th is gold. 55th is emerald. 60th is diamond and 75th is diamond because they figure by then
diamond.
you're
It's
just
diamond every year.
Exactly.
By the
You
end,
made it. Yay.
There's a good chance you could just give them the same diamonds.
They won't even know the difference.
It should just be planet. It doesn't even matter. You're not making it that far.
by the end, you just become a pirate.
Right? All right, 407-916-1041. Back in a second with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Measuring success by the number of childhood traumas uncovered.
Your father and I are going to the store.
Per show.
To buy lubricant.
Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Heavy traffic continues westbound on I-4 between 417 and Osceola Polk Line Road. It's heavy 2 eastbound between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535, as well as coming out of Polk County between U.S. Highway 27 and 429. Southbound 429, a stop-and-go ride now between Sinclair Road and I-4. The beach line up to speed. See traffic problems? Call the traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This is Hall of Famer Eric Dickerson. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Did you know that regular oil changes improve your car's gas mileage? Drive into Valvoline Instant Oil Change today. Stay in the comfort of your car and get a quality Valvoline oil change in about 15 minutes. Save up to 50% at getyouroilchange.com.
Hey, rental property owners, stop doing everything yourself and put the Realty Medics on your team because there's 2 things they can do that you can't. Get real-time information on your properties and get an entire year's worth of rent up front. Yes, only the Realty Medics offers upfront rent. You can get a year's worth paid up front, putting $10,000 to $30,000 in your pocket fast. But not only that, only the Realty Medics has the Property Performance Dashboard where you can track showings and applications, rent payments, work orders, and more. Even better, you can track your rental investment performance just like you would a stock. Just 2 more reasons why the Realty Medics are the highest rated and most reviewed property management company in all of Central Florida. Take just 5 minutes on the RealtyMedics.com to see how they've made DIY landlording obsolete. And for a limited time, they'll even give you 2 months of management free when you use promo code FREE1041. Again, that's the RealtyMedics.com, promo code FREE1041.
If you want to sell your ride, I'd do it now. All you got to do is go to GimmeTheVin.com, put in your license plate number, put in the miles, attach a couple of pictures, and we'll get it bought.
Sell us your car. GimmeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Hi, my name's Charles. On my way to work, I was struck by a tractor trailer. I called attorney Glenn Klausman for help. He got me to really good doctors. I don't think it's right to be bragging on a billboard or TV about getting millions of dollars for getting hurt. However, I will say Glenn Klausman got me a great settlement quicker than I thought possible. I'm very happy with the results, and that's why I'm doing this. Call Glenn Klausman at 407-917-1718. His website is KLAUSMANlaw.com. Car crash, call Klausman.
Office, Winter Park.
Pride Radio Orlando and Harmony Healthcare Orlando presents Slide into Pride at America's #1 outdoor water park, Aquatica. Saturday, June 11th. Come show your pride at Aquatica from 7 to midnight. Get your tickets now at aquatica.com/slide into pride.
Want to sell your car for top dollar at a dealership that you can trust? Well, that's off lease only. They'll give you cash for your car today. They pride themselves on offering drivers the biggest inventory and most popular used cars updated daily. That means they're always looking for used cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans just like yours. 4.7 out of 5 Google review rating from over 30,000 plus reviews. Selection, convenience, value. That's off lease only. Visit them online at offleaseonly.com or check out their massive state-of-the-art dealership just off the beach line at Narcoossee and McCoy.
At the Special Olympics USA Games, you don't have to win to win. Jersey Mike's is proud to sponsor the greatness. See it shine June 5th through 12th. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Hey, Central Florida. Don't you miss when life was easy? I sure do. RC Hill here from RC Hill Mitsubishi. Today, buying a car is as easy as one and done. Visit just one dealership, put just $1 down, and you're done. You could drive a new Mitsubishi today, like the all-new 2022 Outlander in stock and ready for delivery. So if you hate your old ride, give it the old one and done, because you could drive a nice new car for just $1 down. Has buying a car been a hassle in the past? We've got the one and done solution for every situation. Still owe on your current loan or lease? One and done. Payments too high? One and done. Nervous about past credit mishaps? One and done. It's that easy. So ditch your old ride, regardless of miles or condition, and drive a nicer, newer car for just $1 down. Only at my one and done sale at RC Hill Mitsubishi. I'm RC Hill. I'm your car dealer next door. See all the cars online at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit and $1 down required bank approval. Stock number 1574. $1 down, $289 per month for 72 months at 5.9 APR. Visit rchill.com for details.
The best offer ever is back at International Diamond Center. 5 years, zero interest financing on practically everything. That $3,000 eternity band is just $50 a month. Buy now and spread your payments over 5 years with zero interest. Rings, earrings, pendants, bracelets. Don't miss this limited time offer. Get that $6,000 designer ring and pay just $100 a month. We'll even finance the sales tax. Fine jewelry has never been more affordable at International Diamond Center.
Heard about higher interest rates? Not to worry at International Diamond Center. Right now, with any purchase, you can pay zero interest for 5 whole years. Engagement rings, wedding bands, designer fashion jewelry, pendants, earrings. Buy now and spread your payments out over 5 whole years with zero interest. How about a $10,000 designer ring for just $167 a month? Don't miss this amazing buying opportunity now for a limited time at International Diamond Center.
International Diamond Center, 4 Orlando locations on approved credit.
We started by renovating an old van.
Yeah, then we just followed our journey and became van life influencers.
We were in a gas station parking lot when we saw a Chrysler Pacifica pull up, and that was our big wake-up call.
I mean, it had available Napa leather trim seats and 33 total inches of available screens. Plus, the Pacifica is America's only plug-in hybrid minivan.
Yeah, it had everything we wished our van had.
So we traded in our van life for a Pacifica hybrid, and now we have 2 new followers that really like it.
The Chrysler Pacifica Hybrid. It's the van life for real life.
This hour of programming brought to you in part by FAS Windows and Doors.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind studio. Your accident, your future, your attorney. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or call pound 546 from your cell. You're listening to WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show. Also available to watch, if you're into that kind of thing, at The Jim Colbert Show on Twitch.
Huge money-saving tip. As soon as you're eligible to join AARP, spend the $16 a year. That will also qualify your spouse. Then you'll become eligible for Hartford insurance for your automobile. My wife and I save 40% in the first year, and it is truly the best insurance company out there. Ask any collision expert that processes claims.
Wow, what a tip. How old do you have to be to do that? What's AARP? Like, what's the age? Is it 50?
I think it's 50, buddy.
50.
Bro, let me tell you.
You could either do it now or in about 15 years your wife could do it.
So you got 2 shots. The glass is half full.
Jack's math is a little off.
I estimate.
It's 25 years.
I estimate.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us. 77031. You can leave us a talk back. You heard it right there. Just go to the iHeartRadio app, use a little microphone, and send it away. You can actually do it until you get it right, until you sound as funny as possible.
Now, here's the deal. I think I'm really considering joining AARP now.
Why wouldn't you? I had to make that decision, by the way. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. If you're just getting off work, make sure to turn us up. We got you all the way to your house. Your smart speaker can take over from there once you get inside. But, yeah, it was bought a movie ticket this weekend, and it asked me the senior thing. I'm 54. 55, I think, is when that stuff really kicks in. And I'm not your normal 54-year-old. I think like a 14-year-old really most of my time. I don't act like people my age.
You do not.
I do not.
But you do hit us with the bookends.
Yeah. What do you mean?
I don't know. It's just you're 54.
Yes.
Acts like a 14-year-old.
Yes. Oh, I see what you're saying. I give you both ends.
And you hit us with the both ends.
Yeah.
It's kind of like watching Big.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But
wow.
So I had the opportunity to get a cheaper movie ticket, and my pride would not allow me to get it.
Oh,
my pride worth $2.45. That's how much more it was. I think $2.50 or whatever, from $15.50 or $17 or whatever it is down to $13.
I'm all about those savings, but
1 year away, killer.
The pride that's one of those things where it's when that ARP letter comes in the mail. My wife, she gets angry.
Oh, yeah, throws it across the room.
It's something like that, yeah.
What are you doing with my name on that?
Somebody just said that you can sign up for AARP at any age. Somebody says I'm 31 years old and I have AARP. Oh, I'm turning you in.
You know what? Here's the deal. If there's an annual membership, I bet they're catching those checks.
Yeah, $12. Right.
They'll take it.
$12 is what it says to join. Anyone can sign up.
I've always enjoyed AARP because I always spell it out.
ARP. It says, man, there's all kinds of deals with AARP. So there's like, hotels, flights, stuff like that. I'll be on that tonight. I'm all about saving that dough for sure. So we went over yesterday. We were talking about one of my worst nightmares, which is that accident that happened on the 408.
Ooh. 24-year-old kid.
24-year-old kid.
Chef in training.
That's right, chef in training. And he goes off that 408. If you are familiar here in Orlando, when the 408 meets I-4 going west, the new construction, that loop that puts it over, flies over everything. That flyover is way up in the air, guys. Like, it's way up there. I think maybe the highest point of them all in that spaghetti mix of roads
I
down
think
there
it is, yeah.
in central Orlando. But by the way, those two roads pretty much intersect in the dead center of the city of Orlando.
Yeah.
So it's one of the more busy intersections because that 408 feeds the east side of town and the west side of town. And I-4 feeds like the north and south part of towns, although it says east-west. It really doesn't work out like that way here.
Don't believe it in Orlando.
Yeah, it doesn't work that way. But he drove off, and somebody said that he may have had a diabetic, like he was a diabetic, and a friend said that he had mentioned to him he had had a couple episodes or was having a fit with it, and there's a possibility that he would have had a diabetic episode. And that would have caused him to possibly pass out.
Oh, man.
Is that what happens? I really don't know much about diabetes. I just know it's a sugar thing, and it can make you lethargic. And if you're type 2, is that the bad one?
No, type 1,
Type 1 is the bad one?
because that's juvenile diabetes. If you have type 1 diabetes, you were born with diabetes.
Oh, I
if
gotcha.
you have type 2 diabetes, sometimes it's a genetic, you're just predisposed to it, or your lifestyle has led you down the path.
How do you know stuff like that?
We just read.
Yeah, but you got to remember, it's like, unless you have it, there's a good chance that most people, no idea.
Yeah,
you know what?
There's more than likely. Let me tell you something.
Or there's
more
someone in their family who has it.
I think that I'm pre-diabetic because you get those things when you're like, I don't know, you guys ever nod out at stoplights? Like when you're waiting there at a red light, you ever nod out?
No,
not
since I did mornings.
Me either.
Too busy texting.
Is that what it is?
But I had a friend growing up in school who was who had diabetes 1, and that is for kids that's the insulin shots every day.
Yeah,
can't go. Yeah, at sleepovers. She had to have her insulin.
One of the guys that we worked with, the only injecting diabetic I ever met in my life that I knew that did it in front of me was a guy that when I first started working here in the early 90s. We weren't even in this building. We were over on the other side of town at I-4 and Lee Road. And we had a program director that worked there by the name of Rich Berner, who I think went on to work in Los Angeles or out in California somewhere. And I haven't seen that guy in 30 years almost. And he had one of those like Sherlock Holmes looking kits where you'd roll that thing over and it was the big old needle and the curly copper kind of thing. I mean, it was a thing. I think that guy had to inject 3 times a day.
Oof, yeah.
3 times a day, and he had to monitor his blood sugar all the time. Because, Code Black was caught up in a situation where somebody had an episode in traffic and basically caused a massive accident. Man, that is, you talk about terrifying, it's horrifying.
Especially when you're on one of those
guys driving big rigs down the road, 60, 70 miles an hour, have a moment like that. A lot of those dudes aren't in the best of shape.
That's what, there are so many things outside of our control that affect the safety on the roads. That's why when you see people, and man, you see it so often, you look in the car next to you and they got their phone in their hand as they're driving. I was on my bike and I saw a car coming at me, and they stopped us and they proceeded, and it was 3 kids, teen drivers.
Yep.
All 3 of them were on their phone, including the driver.
Going home last night, just as I was passing where your house is, a woman pulled out of an area and cut me off. And as soon as I went around her, sure enough, she was pulling out into traffic on her phone.
Amazing.
Like literally pulling out into traffic on her phone. All right, 407-916-1041. What's this top one here, buddy?
This is Suzanne.
All right, let's talk to Suzanne. Suzanne, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
I'm good. Thanks, guys. I heard the talkback comment about the AARP, and I just wanted to share. I learned from my much younger coworkers that you can join at any age, because I had some 25, 26-year-old coworkers getting hotel and travel discounts through AARP. And since then, I joined, and I have been using all the benefits as well, too. So you absolutely can join now ahead of the curve.
So, are you also on that insurance they have?
So what they'll do is they'll send you the offers. There's going to be some that aren't eligible, but they do have one underneath it. So they're willing to work with any age group.
Wow, so I don't have to be 55 to join. I'm going to do it today.
Wow, thanks, Suzanne. I appreciate that very much. I think I'm going to do that as well. Which I'm telling you straight up, I am down for saving the insurance. We just found out how much I'm oblivious in my house. I think we've talked about this before.
Like that.
I am completely oblivious to most things in my house. My job is to make money and bring it in and then do all the other stuff. I didn't even know how much my car insurance was. I'm going to be dead honest with you. No clue. That's my wife's job. She doesn't mind doing it. She's very good at it. And she goes, and then the other day she was complaining about how they were going to raise the rates. And it was one of the 2 major companies that you see on TV all the time. And we were with one of them. And she comes in and I'm, taking a shower. She goes, you're not going to believe this. I just got off the phone with the insurance company and they were going to double our rates. I'm like, really? Double it from what? She goes, from $500 a month to like $900 a month.
Whoa.
And I went, a month? She said, yeah, Jimmy, we've been paying that for a while. I said, what? $500 a month for car insurance? She says, yeah. What's wrong with you? And I'm like, what's wrong with me? I can do the math.
It's only the 2 of you now?
$6,000 a year for car insurance? $6,000 a year. I have never, ever made a claim. Not once ever have I made a claim on my car insurance. $6,000.
And here's the deal. You think you have nicer vehicles. You think the safety features of modern day would actually cut that down? But I think because they're more expensive and replacement parts, and it's more expensive to fix, you don't get that break.
I never even considered that. You're right.
Yeah.
Cars are safer now than they've ever been.
Correct.
Alert systems to tell you when people are coming at you.
Out of your lane, the car in front of you slowed down.
I'm telling you, that thing that my wife drives now is a straight-up laptop spaceship, and it will drive itself for the record, but it is by far the safest vehicle I've ever been in my life. It tells you everything that's going on around you.
I was shocked when we mentioned earlier, my wife's, the latest car we got was, 6 years newer than the previous one she had, and with so much more safety features, and my insurance went up. I was like, whoa.
And I just found out this. God, this is going to sound so stupid. I can't believe I'm admitting it, but I'm oblivious at times. I've admitted that.
Listen up, everyone.
Okay, thank you. So I have a new vehicle, right? My wife has a newer vehicle. It's a couple years old. Mine is a year old or so. And my son, because my son is using my little white car right now because he's saving up to buy him a new car as well. So I let him borrow a little Mustang for a little while. I told her, I said, well, don't put, the Mustang is, it's a classic car. You can get away with like $40 a month on that thing. She says, well, you can't dial it out like that. You can't separate a vehicle out of your fleet and only have a certain kind of insurance on that. Whatever insurance is on your other 2 vehicles also has to be on this old-ass vehicle
Do you want my car?
Well, that's an option.
How much is your insurance a month?
Oh, yeah, you're not going to want to know that.
What's it, like $80 if?
I pay my insurance.
Every 6 months?
Every 6 months.
And what's it, like $600?
$460.
You pay less than $1,000 a month a year for insurance?
I'm so jealous.
I pay less than $1,000. I'm paying less than $100. I pay about
$1,000 a year. That's what I'm saying. You pay less than I said $1,000. You pay less than $1,000 a year for your insurance.
Yes.
Yeah.
I pay 6 times, more than 6 times, 7 times that.
All of a sudden, the bone stock dry Nissan Sentra from 2006 doesn't seem so bad.
That said, I got a wife and I got 4 cars. I got 4 people on my side.
My wife also just told me how much our insurance was when we had all the kids on our policy.
Oh.
I called every one of them, told them how much I hated them. Every one of them. Do you know what you cost me?
What was it?
Let's see. How much was it then? And this was back in 2015, I think, when everybody kind of was clearing out. So 2012, 13, 14, 15. I think we're paying $8,000 a year. $9,000 a year. $1,000. No, 12 a year. $1,000 a month.
But you got a kid tax bonus, right? Right.
I don't care for you. Something about you really, really makes me angry.
I think it was because the whole $460 for car insurance thing.
Wow. Unbelievable. What do you pay? Oh, yeah, you're gross. You drive too fast. You drive silly.
No, I don't pay as little as Ross, though.
Oh, yeah. All right, 407-916-1041. Back in a sec.
Yeah.
What?
Because he drives so slow. Good for him.
Not really.
It's back. The second annual Orlando Fringe Digi Fringe Theater Festival now through the 17th. Tickets available at orlandofringe.org.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Heavy traffic continues westbound on I-4 between 417 and Osceola Polk Line Road. It's also stop and go eastbound between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535, as well as between U.S. Highway 27 and Polk County up to 429. Southbound 429, a solid ride between Sinclair Road and I-4. See traffic problems, call the traffic tip line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center. I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Heron Home and Outdoor.
At Heron Home and Outdoor, we pride ourselves on providing thick, healthy, weed-free lawns. Keeping the grass on your lawn green and your shrubs and trees in tip-top shape is our specialty. Visit myheronhome.com today for a free quote and money-saving offers. Heron Home and Outdoor, your local lawn and pest experts.
Man, if you're still in glasses or contacts, it's 2022 and time to level up your vision. The team at the Filatowski Eye Institute has the latest state-of-the-art technology in vision correction surgery, and they happen to be one of the leaders in vision correction surgery right here in Central Florida. Find out if you're a candidate today. It's so easy. Just text 1041 to the number 868686. Schedule that consultation right now. And if money's a concern, do not stress. The Filatowski Eye Institute offers 24-month interest-free financing. Learn more today. Text 1041 to 868686 and schedule that consultation right now.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by Tools Ace Hardware.
The podcast Deliver Us from Ervil reveals the dark story of Ervil the Baron and the reporters, cops, and insiders who tried to take down his vicious, organized crime family.
When I arrived in that town, I expected to find it under siege, people living in fear. But instead, I found something more interesting than that crime I had originally been sent to cover.
Listen to Deliver Us from Ervil on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts. Brought to you by DuckDuckGo. Search, browse, and email privately, all for free with the DuckDuckGo app.
Our Twitter poll, at Jim Colbert Show on Twitter. Also follow us at Real Radio 1041 on Twitter. You can find our poll there. It's brought to you by WeAreNotTheBanks.com. Whether you're looking for a new home or you want to refinance the one you're in, take advantage of that equity you have built up over the years. Call Brad Siebert at WeAreNotTheBanks.com. He helped me with my refi several years ago, knew everything I needed every step of the way, closed quickly, got a great rate. Brad and the team at WeAreNotTheBanks.com works with all types of buyers, good credit, even bumps in your credit, and all types of loans, VA, conventional, even jumbo, and no income documentation loans. They've seen it all. WeAreNotTheBanks.com. Go there, get started today. NMLS ID number 1169, equal housing opportunity.
My husband keeps asking to get an old van we could renovate and live in.
#VanLife.
But I'm perfectly happy with my Pacifica. It has available screens mounted in seat backs for the kiddos.
I want to build storage compartments everywhere.
Right. It's called Stow and Go seating. Available in the Pacifica, you can fold the seats into the floor or just have perfectly designed hidden storage compartments.
Hey, I'm a van life dreamer.
And I live in the real world. The Chrysler Pacifica. It's the van life for real life.
Second row Stow and Go, not available in Pinnacle or hybrid models.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. The one who just thought about checking your phone. How about don't? The car is no place for multitasking. Trust me. That text can wait. Those notifications can go unchecked. Did you know that you can be stopped and ticketed in Florida for texting and driving? So put that phone down and focus on driving. This message brought to you by the Florida Department of Transportation.
O'Reilly. If your vehicle squeals or grinds when you slow down or just isn't stopping like it used to, you may need new brake rotors and pads. Now through June 28th at O'Reilly Auto Parts, get 15% off a set of Brake Best Select or Import Direct brake pads and 2 rotors. Restore safe braking and save money now at O'Reilly Auto Parts or order online at O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Want to sell your car for top dollar at a dealership you can trust? Let Off Lease Only give you cash for your car today. At Off Lease Only, they pride themselves on offering drivers the biggest inventory of the most popular used cars updated daily. That means they're always looking for used cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs just like yours. Whether you want to sell your car outright or trade it in for a newer model, Off Lease Only is here to offer you top dollar for your trade. Selection, convenience, value. Online at offleaseonly.com or in person at the dealership just off the beach line at Narcoossee and McCoy.
The automotive supply issue has caused a shortage of cars across the industry. Due to this, the resale value of used cars has skyrocketed, and consumers are cashing in big by selling their cars. CarSaver.com from Walmart helps you get top dollar for your used car in just minutes. It's easy. Just go to CarSaver.com/sell. Enter your car's details, get an instant cash offer, and get paid instantly. We'll even pick up your car. Don't wait. Get max value for your car today. Visit CarSaver.com/sell.
Were you hurt in a vehicle and want compensation? When you're injured on the go, just call Mo. Did an accident leave you in need of representation? When you're injured on the go, just call Mo. When you're injured on the go, just call Mo.
Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney, sung by a non-attorney spokesperson.
A small roof leak can lead to a big problem if not repaired. Call the professionals at Skylight Roofing for all your roofing needs. 407-430-ROOF. Get your free roof inspection, skylightroofing.com. Roof with us.
Are you ready for summer? Wherever summer takes you, make sure you take your favorite radio station with you on your adventures with the free iHeartRadio app. That's right, no matter how far from home you travel, this station, the music you love, and the best podcasts in the world will be right there with you in your pocket.
Summer soundtrack.
Sunscreen, flip-flops, and the free iHeart app. Must-haves for any summer checklist. Download the free iHeartRadio app and discover music, radio, and podcasts you'll love this summer.
Divorce? Call Trinley and Kramer, TK Law, onefirmforlife.com.
This is the Jim Colbert Show. Also available on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. Just search The Jim Colbert Show.
Hey, Jimmy, what you can do is take the other car off of your current policy and buy a policy from a different company just for that car.
I may have to do that. I know that there's a company that sells just classic car. A car has to be like 25 or 30 years old or whatever, which mine is, easily.
Ross's too.
Yeah, Ross, yours is an 06?
06, baby.
Not quite
close,
there. Not
close.
quite. Not quite.
This car is,
Classic. This is an 06 as well, right?
07.
07.
Speaking of insurance, that car is newer than my roof.
There you go.
Can't wait for that.
Oh,
renewal.
buddy. Good luck. You better keep those inspectors off your property. They can smell it if it's 14 years old. They're like, oh, we're calling. We're coming.
Nice things are nice. That's why they're called nice things. But boy, do I not like the upkeep.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to tell you, man. I drove my mom's old beater Jeep as long as I could possibly lean on it because I did not want a car payment. I was willing to drive that old junker as long as it would go, and just couldn't get the parts to fix it the way I wanted to. So I know it'd be reliable, and it didn't have
From what you tell us, you don't have a car payment. Your wife does.
Yeah, my wife pays all the cars. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. We actually started talking about this because of the AARP. Somebody called up and said that you don't even have to be 20. You don't have to be 50 or 55. I asked Jack, I was like, how old do you have to be to take advantage of the AARP stuff? And Jack was like, oh, yeah, 50, 55. I'm like, I'm in. And then somebody's like, you don't have to be that. I'm 31 and I use it.
50, I think, is when the letters started arriving at the house.
Hey, you can now join. Like, F you.
See, but that's it. It's that attitude. And we had the same one, and my wife had the same one because it's the sign. It's like, retired? When you're 50, you feel like, nah, I'm still living life. What are you talking about?
That's why when I think her name was Suzanne, when she called all excited, all I could think was, yeah, well, you're definitely not 50 because that level of excitement says, I'm just here for the discounts, not for the ageism.
Oh, yeah. I'm doing that. I'm going to go home today and tell my wife, I said, just go get another policy for the car. Just go to the classic thing. I mean, I think isn't there a company where I'm serious.
Is that the part where she says, you go to the classic thing and get the policy for your own damn
thing
car?
Off there. Get out of there.
I'm going to go home and tell your wife.
She's listening right now, too. You better do it.
Yeah, woman. Texter says Haggerty Classic Car Insurance.
That's it. That's exactly it.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Ross, you should do it.
Ross, do it for Jimmy.
Yeah, right? I'm too busy pondering of should we ask you how much a box of Cheerios are?
No, I mean I know how much that is though. It's like $7 or something, isn't it now? $6 or $7?
It's probably around there.
Yeah, it's got to be that, and that's going to go up. By the way, grains.
Oh
anything grain related is about to go up.
Oh, great.
Matt,
thanks, Russia.
How you doing, Matt?
Yeah.
Hey, really good. I was the one that left the call back about AARP, and I don't want to be redundant. I was on the phone with my wife. I heard you taking a call, but not only did we save 40% in the very first year, we've filed a major claim for hail damage. I had a damage filed. They never raised our rate. They didn't push us into a body shop. We both used a premium collision center. We weren't even married, and for $16 a month, they put her on the policy, or $16 a year to actually join. But we carry 500,000 comp collision, stack, uninsured. We raised the roof on our coverage, and I think we about $1,400 a month for both vehicles.
God almighty,
vehicles.
That's insanity. I mean, that's a mortgage payment.
Yeah,
that's a mortgage payment that you might not even use.
We never even knew about it.
Yeah.
And like Jack said, you get the things in the mail, you go, oh, whatever, and then all of a sudden these offers for Hartford arrive, and then you should shop your car insurance, and we were astonished.
Yeah, man.
Astonished.
I bet a lot. Thanks for your call, buddy. I appreciate it, and your talk back. I bet a lot of people don't know that. And Glenn said that years ago on the show. He said when we first started, he goes, you need to shop your car insurance pretty regularly. They'll increase that, and they'll seemingly have some BS excuse for it, thinking that you won't leave because it's too difficult. Let me tell you, my wife did it on the phone. Like after I got off the phone with the one, called the other, had that policy ready to go, and matter of fact, they will call and cancel for you. Because you know what else she said? Insurance companies won't let you cancel your own car insurance.
What?
She said that they would not allow her to cancel her insurance over the phone. She had to go through some process. She said the only way that you can cancel it is if you hire another company and they cancel it for you. And that's exactly what we did. And the person that we just hired said, oh, yeah, we'll take care of that. We'll call them and cancel all your policies for you.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the case in Florida, but I know in New Jersey, I remember I was a driver when they passed this law that it was illegal not to have, if you had a car registered in your name, you were required by law to have insurance on that vehicle.
Yeah, for sure, if it's got a tag on it.
Yeah, they don't allow you to remove insurance if it's a registered vehicle.
Right, yeah. So the interesting thing here is if you have a car in your, matter of fact, when we had the Jeep, my mom's old Jeep, the insurance company, when we were talking about it, said take the tag off of it. Because they will come onto your property, apparently, if they think that if you're kind of cheat them, they will come onto your property and see if it's got a tag on it. If it's got a tag on it, they consider it registered, and then they will kind of take the appropriate actions to either charge you or cancel you.
Damn.
I didn't know there were savings. I'm signing up for this bitch right now. and if you do automatic renewal, that $16 drops to $12 for the first year. What?
That's unbelievable. Yeah, I got a pretty massive discount for automatic, automatic withdrawal. Obviously on our, I think we get a 7 or 8 or 9% discount for doing that. You do auto withdrawal and everything. You do electric pay, Deb, on everything. Or
yes.
do you still send out checks?
No.
Yeah.
I don't even know where my checkbook is.
Yeah, I don't either. Well, I just found it the other day because we had to pay one of the vendors out of the house. But other than that, I haven't written a check in a store forever.
No idea.
Yeah, you pay everything by electronically?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You have a lot of bills? I mean, just personal bills, just simple stuff?
I mean, yeah, no, the standard.
Yeah, standard stuff.
I got my brother's cell phone on my cell phone bill.
Do you ever roll? Like, I just was checking our bank account the other day looking for something else, and I found a Skype account that's still live. Because when I did Primetime Kitchen, and when the COVID hit, we couldn't have guests in, so I had to figure out how I could still get the guests on at my house because I don't have a phone set up like you have here. It's a little bit more complicated than you think it is to get phone calls on the air. And I was using Skype, and it was actually working pretty well, and I never canceled it. So for the last 3 years, I've been paying for Skype at $2.99 a month, and it doesn't sound like a lot. That's $100.
That's why.
That's $100. So we're rolling through our account this weekend, and we're going to find all the stuff, all these little subscriptions to where you're like for what you do that's new, the worst, right? I wanted to go and watch one Apple show, so I signed up for the free trial. Then guess what I didn't do? Cancel the free trial. I'm not smart like Jack where he sets an alarm on his phone where it says, call me and remind me to cancel the Apple account.
Oh, I got to cancel Showtime in 3 weeks.
That's why I want to download that Truebill app. There's a lot of those apps out now where they'll scroll through and see what
you're using often or
and what you're paying for, like Skype that you're not using.
That's one. I bet I have 10 of those on my account that is just coming out of there that is $2.99, $7.99. Some money when you sign up, you're like, oh, that's not much. I mean, not thinking at the end of the year, all of those added up is probably $400, $500, $600, $700.
Right.
But don't you also like knowing in the back of your mind it's like, I got Skype?
No, I don't. It doesn't. I honestly, I totally forgot about it. Can I tell you, when I saw the word, I thought it was a misspelled another word. I thought it said spy or something. I was like, I didn't even know what that was.
I'm getting spied on.
Yeah.
Wait, no, I forgot about Skype.
But I bet I have, oh man, there must be 10 minimum of those little accounts that I would sign up for just to get the information now because I needed it now, and then just completely blanked on going back and canceling it.
How many newspapers have you signed up for?
Buddy, listen, magazines, newspapers. Have you ever heard of a magazine called Garden and Gun?
No, what? Really hitting us with the bookends again.
There's a magazine called Garden and Gun, and signed up for that a few years back, and I haven't even got one in a while. I think I'm still getting charged for it.
So it's just flowers and pistols?
It's hard to explain Garden and Gun. It's been around for a while, but yeah, it's like high level outdoor gear, stuff like that is what it's like. I never bought one thing out of it. It was way too expensive for me. I was like, I don't know who would do that. Like, who'd pay $300 for a pair of socks?
It's the good housekeeping for the gun crash.
Yeah.
It's just pistols with flower tiaras on.
Yeah. All right, 407-916-1041. You can text us at 77031.
You're a garden and gun guy? You don't even garden.
I don't garden. I did garden for a while. I don't have it now, though.
But you grow guns?
I did. Boy, if you could, huh?
Let's check it out.
Donkey Kong defense being used in the Bill Cosby case. Have you guys seen that?
Oh, Lord.
What is Donkey Kong? Don't tarnish the name of Donkey Kong.
This is actually one of those things. It's like a TV. This is like a TV case or a movie case where you think you know the answer, and all of a sudden something happens in one of these scenes. Apparently, this is happening right now. The Donkey Kong defense came into play Monday at the civil trial over sexual assault allegations against Bill Cosby. Right? Everybody knows that's going on.
Right.
So one of the women who is making one of these claims that she was molested at the arcade at the Playboy Mansion by Bill. She was 16 years old. He denies the allegations. Her name is Judy Huth, Huth. She was testifying at this case coming up this week or this past week, And when she was testifying, Ross, she said, yeah, I was playing the game Donkey Kong when he came up behind me and put his hand down my pants, and I pushed him away, then he did it again. The problem was this event happened in like 1975, 1976, and Donkey Kong hadn't been released yet. I think it came out in 81.
I was going to say, Donkey Kong is an 80s game.
Yeah, 81 or 82 is when that came out. So they're like, well, I mean, are you telling the truth? Because, and of course they're just saying it was a different game. She remembered it wrong. It could have been an Atari or whatever. You're 16 and, you're getting accosted by Bill Cosby. But it's funny, they're just calling it the Donkey Kong defense.
Yeah, that's wild.
Anything to slip in the word Donkey Kong.
Right. Sounds like a sex thing.
And Donkey Kong is, of course, in that first game, he's a bad guy who, kidnaps a girl.
Mm-hmm. You signed up, Jack? Is that what you're just doing?
Done. I'm in.
You're ARPing?
I've never seen Jack excited about spending money.
I know.
This is the first time I've ever seen you excited about spending $1.
Not only that $12, I saved 25% for the year one. Just for the automatic renewal.
Man, I'm doing that when I get home today. I'm going to sign up for that AARP thing. And I'm going to start taking advantage of that. I'm going to tell my wife, let's get it with them.
Yeah, your wife's listening and is also texting about where you kind of stray from reality.
Which is where? She's not texting me right now. She's
mad.
What's she saying?
Just about the bill thing. She said a lot of the stuff she's been telling you over the years, and you're not listening.
I don't. I mean, sometimes I don't. Because here's the thing. She's too reliable. She's too reliable. She does too good of a job, so I don't really ever ask questions because I don't have debtors calling me, so I just trust that she's going to do it right.
Here is a direct quote from your wife, your lovely wife.
This is today, just happened?
Yes. I've never been so misquoted in my life.
Which one was she talking about? There's a lot.
I think like all of them.
That's not true. It's pretty close. It's pretty close. Or maybe a dangling participle that's out of place. I don't know. All right, let's take this here. Mark, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Good, brother.
How's everybody?
Good.
All right. So I just want to relate with Deb how she mentioned that Truebill app. Actually, I actually used that too, and the first time I used it, it actually saved me around $87 and $90. And there was subscription. It tells you what exactly your subscriptions are and like how long for you've been a member. And there was something on there from 9 years ago.
Wow!
Did
you've been paying it for 9 years and not using it?
Yes.
Let me ask you.
Yeah, but that happens all the time. That's how these places make their money. So I appreciate you calling and letting me know because I've been wanting to download the app, but I haven't heard from anyone who's personally used it and could speak to it actually saving them some money.
Hey, thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
Wow.
Yesterday, what?
I'm surprised. I feel like I don't need that app is because I look at my bank account probably once every 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
I know all the subscriptions.
Well, it doesn't work. I mean, then you don't need it then. I mean, it's
right.
No, I guess what I'm asking is that you guys aren't peeping that bank account.
But you also have to check your credit card statements. Do you look over those every month?
No, I don't. We don't have any credit cards. I don't think we don't use them. We have.
You want me to text your wife and ask?
You gave us two answers there. We don't have any credit cards. We don't use them.
We do have credit cards because we use them to travel, but we don't use them on a daily basis. Like I don't use a credit card to pay for dinner or gas or anything like that. We just, we only use them when we travel or buying plane tickets or stuff online.
How do you pay for food? You just say, "Do you know who I am?"
Yeah, that's all.
You just clap your hands twice.
Just take my glasses off and look at them, and look in my eyes and see that I deserve it.
Yeah, no, that's wild. I don't know why that's wild to me.
You sweat your bank account a lot? You're always like looking at it and stuff? You have the app on your phone?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I looked at ours for the first time just recently. Other than that, I have gone, you'll love this, I have gone years without looking at my bank account. Straight up, I have gone years. And I mean, have her quote that. For sure.
Yeah.
You ready for this? 18 months ago, had my wife left me, I would have not been able to get into my own bank account. I did not know the password or the sign-on.
But what about 20 months ago?
I'm just thinking this last time I remember, learning that information, but I know that she would tell you right now, like until recently, I don't even know the passwords. I just don't need to. I mean, she takes care of it. That's her. I mean, that's what she does.
Mm-hmm.
When I say that's her job, that's the job she likes doing, but she's good at it.
Yeah, no, I peep that bank account.
You keep an eye on it
all the time.
Yeah.
Jack, I looked at it today.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I I balance it out every month.
Balance it out beyond what the bank does?
Yeah, well, you look at your statement, you look at your ending balance, you compare that, you add up any deposits and or deductions that you've had since then. You make sure those numbers match.
Yeah.
That way you catch anything you might have missed.
I don't do any of that. I hired the right person for that one. She's hot, too. All right, 407-916-1041. All right, load them up. Trivia's next.
We have a prize. Get on board at 407-916-1041. Jim Colbert Show Trivia is brought to you by Cento Family Moving and Storage. That's CENTO Moving.com.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick, and here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network, presented by Mercedes-Benz.
The Rams did it again. They kept another star in the fold, locking up the great Aaron Donald to a massive extension. Dominance starts upstairs, and the Rams continue to run circles around most of the league. They know LA's a star-driven town. They do everything possible to keep and acquire the best of the best. And the NFL knows it too. Today I hereby declare the Rams as the new America's team. I'm Colin Cowherd.
Intelligence runs in the family. Innovation runs in the family. Extraordinary runs in the family. The 2022 Mercedes-Benz range of SUVs, every member waiting to impress. Learn more at MBUSA.com. That's MBUSA.com.
Man, here in Central Florida, you need an AC company you can lean on all the time, every time. Mills Air, for me, that's the answer. For Ross, that is the answer. They have saved both of our butts when we needed them to, and that's what they can do for you as well. They put 30 years of experience to work for you, keeping you nice and cool in your own home. Their techs are awesome people. They know all these brands inside and out. You don't even have to worry about what kind of AC you have. They can fix it and will fix it. And even better, if you need an AC, they're Carrier factory authorized dealers, and that can get you up to $1,275 in rebates towards that brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to Mills Air. They're family owned and operated and ready to help you today. 407-277-1159. Online, millsair.com.
Right now at International Diamond Center, you can get that Rolex watch you've always dreamed of and spread your payments over 5 years with zero interest. That's right. Now for a limited time, IDC's incredible 5-year zero interest plan is available on over 800 luxury pre-owned Rolex watches. Luxury timepieces have never been so affordable. IDC's buyers have scoured the country, buying up only the best of the best pre-owned Rolexes, the ones you can't find anywhere else. Daytonas, Batmans, Pepsis, Datejusts, Submariners, each one carefully inspected and in pristine condition. If you've been trying to find a Rolex, you know what a challenge it is. But IDC has the model you want in stock now at a very competitive price. And now through June 30th, you can pick out the Rolex you've always wanted, and we'll make it more affordable than ever with special 5-year zero interest financing. Hurry in for the best selection. We've got hundreds of Rolex watches for both men and women. Don't miss this opportunity to get the Rolex you deserve. Only at International Diamond Center. On approved credit, some restrictions apply. See store for details or shopidc.com.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
I think I need a new air conditioner. It's so hot and my old one...
We now have voice recognition. Simply say what you need.
New air conditioner.
Speak clearly and tell me what it is you want.
New air conditioner.
Go ahead, explain your problem.
You're my problem.
I heard you say there's no problem. Well, jolly good, off you go.
No, there's a problem. I need a new air conditioner.
I heard you say no problem with your air conditioner. Don't know why you called to tell us that.
This would never happen with Frank Gay.
But you didn't call Frank Gay.
Wish I had.
I heard you say...
You heard me say I'm calling Frank Gay.
When you need AC replacement, you need it done right. A friendly, helpful team to guide you, and the air in your home cool, clean, and comfortable for years to come. That's the Frank Gay way.
I heard you say you wish you had called Frank Gay. Was that it? Did I get it right this time?
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/trial. That's ZipRecruiter.com/trial.
If you've ever ordered food for work, you understand. It's different. There's just so much more at stake. Whether it's a meeting, a client call, or lunch with the office that has to arrive at the actual lunchtime, food for work has to work. That's why there's EasyCater. Food that's on time and as ordered from over 82,000 restaurants. And if there's a problem, rare, you can reach someone in seconds.
Thank you for calling EasyCater.
Some food just doesn't work at work, but EasyCater just does. Order 24/7 at EasyCater.com.
Sell your used or junk car today. 800-962 Cars. It's the quick and easy way. 800-962 Cars. You will get top dollar pay. 800-962 Cars. So sell your vehicle today. 800-962 Cars. If it doesn't run, we'll pick it up. 800-962 Cars. 962 Cars.
Car crash? Call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
Another death in the world of rock and roll. I know it's a little bit older name for a lot of our listeners. But, yeah, Seals and Croft. I think it's Dan Seals was his name. Is that right? Dan Seals?
Yeah.
Died today at 81 years old. They already have it up on his Wikipedia page, by the way.
Jim Seals.
Jim Seals.
Age 80.
Was he 80?
That's what I have here on the wire.
The other guy's still
What was
alive, by the way.
Croft's name. Was it Dan? One of them was Dan, wasn't it?
I'm looking into that right now.
Yeah, the other guy's still alive, though, by the way. He played a mandolin when they would play. It was a guitar, a mandolin, and a bass. Summer Breeze, good tune. All right, 407-916-1041. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show. Trying that out?
Yeah, Jim Seals.
Jim Seals, there you
Jim
go.
Seals. 80 years old.
Sounds like a mechanic. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb is here. Jack is here. Let's find out what's in the old sauce jar.
All aboard!
Chugga, chugga.
Choo, choo.
Clickety, clackety, clickety, clackety. I have a pair of tickets to the Orlando City SC versus Houston Dynamo match. That's going down Saturday, June 18th, fresh off of their break at Exploria Stadium. Kickoff is 7:30. It's an amazing time over at Exploria Stadium. I always have too much fun watching Lega de Calcio, which is, I said something Italian soccer. I don't really know what it means. We should have probably dumped that. That is your sauce jar, which is brought to you by
Cento Family Moving and Storage. You know, their fully trained expert moving crews are great at packing your stuff, handling your furniture, safe driving, customer service, and so much more. Speaking of so much more, if you mentioned the Jim Colbert Show, that will net you a discount. So book them today at CentoMoving.com. That's CENTO. Moving.com. A little quicker on the clickety-clack. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Deb. Ross, who goes first today, buddy?
Let's welcome Rebecca.
Ooh, biblical.
Rebecca, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good. Well, would you like to play a little game with us?
Yes, I would.
All right, let's do it.
Want to play a game?
All right, Rebecca, this is a very easy game. Got a question here for you. 4 answers. One of them happens to be a lie. If you can find it, I will send you to the sauce jar and to the Orlando City match coming up here in just a couple days. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. On this day in 1978, actor, director, producer, one of the more diverse talents to have worked on SNL. Has his own TV series. Created some of the most memorable characters in SNL history.
Dana Carvey.
He's got a lazy eye.
Who is a lazy eye?
Bill Hader was born. He's got that weird eyelid thing on. He's got a weird eyelid in his left eye. A little lazy there. You check it out.
I like how she just cleared her throat.
Here are 3 fun facts about... She's bored already. Here are 3 fun facts about Bill and 1 lie that can't keep it together. Here we go. Number 1, he's the voice of the BB-8 in Star Wars, The Force Awakens. Number 2, his first job was at a butcher shop in his hometown of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Number 3, he has a serious peanut allergy. And lastly, his first real job, selling Christmas trees.
The last one.
Yeah, no, that's not true. That's completely true, unfortunately. There you go.
Oh, sorry, Rebecca.
All right, there you go. All right. Who goes next, Ross?
Let's welcome Mark.
I forgot about Barry.
Oh, man. Mark right there. Huh? Well, you know what? You can't do 500 of these things and not mess up occasionally, okay? Okay, buddy? You sit over there and cackle with your broke-ass car.
I'm laughing at your reaction to
Okay,
it.
there you go. All right, Mark, you ready, buddy? He's talking about Bill Hader here. Tell me the line. Number 1, he's the voice of the BB-8 in Star Wars: The Force Awakens. Number 2, his first job was at a butcher shop in his hometown of Tulsa, Oklahoma. And lastly, he has a serious peanut allergy. Which one of those is a lie?
The butcher shop.
Yeah, it's... Is it because I put 2 first jobs in there? I'm going to put you on hold so you can't answer and piss me off.
Congratulations, Mark. You know, it took me till the second reading to catch on to that.
Yeah, I'm going to take off. I want you to finish the rest of the program. You can talk to this guy. And,
you're going to sit right there.
I'm going to go ahead and go. I'm going straight to the bar.
You're sitting right there.
I'm going straight to the bar.
Yeah, no.
Your face as soon as you said the first job.
I'm so tired of hearing your voice.
And then you saw my face perk up.
I honestly was wondering why you were laughing because I was asking myself, did I hear first job twice?
His face resembled a man who just stubbed his toe.
Right.
In a church.
Oh.
And he had to be quiet.
He was the voice of the BB-8.
Was that his first job?
Star Wars: The Force Awakens. It was not, Jack. Second.
Well, he butchered Christmas trees.
And it was funny because when you hear the story about how J.J. Abrams got it, he tried to do the voice, but it sounded too human still. So he just started making a bunch of sounds, and J.J. Abrams had the engineers kind of put it all together, and he is the sound of the BB-8 on The Force Awakens.
Wonder if that gig pays.
Yeah. He has a serious peanut allergy, actually, to the point one time when he was on a set, somebody gave him a chocolate bar. He asked him, does it have peanuts in it? She said, no. He takes a bite, and there's a peanut in it. And she looks at him and says, oh, you meant peanuts.
Oh.
And then to the hospital they went. His full name, William Thomas Hader Jr. There you go. During the show Finding Your Roots, Bill discovered that he's related to King Edward I and a distant relator to King Charlemagne.
Oh.
How crazy is that?
Cool.
He was discovered by Megan Mullally while doing comedy at a backyard party in L.A. She suggested to Lorne Michaels that he audition, and the rest is history. She saw him at a party in a backyard, and his career was started because one person who had she was on Will of Grace at the point, I think.
Oh.
Went to Lorne Michaels and said, "This guy's funny. You should give him a shot." And the next thing you know, this guy is I think he's one of the most talented guys ever come out of the show.
I agree.
I mean, he's just absolutely brilliant. Some of the best sketches ever include Bill Hader. And lastly here...
That one night in Granada.
Yeah, right, exactly. That was voted the greatest SNL sketch of all time.
It's perfect.
Even more than the cowbell.
Yeah.
It's funnier than cowbell.
It's great.
If you haven't seen it, the Bill Hader sketch where he's a puppet and Seth MacFarlane is the host, and he is the puppet master of an old Vietnam vet puppet, and he starts having flashbacks with the puppet. It's as good as writing gets on that show. It's brilliant.
And the puppet looks like him.
Yeah. Smokes a cigarette. They have a puppet smoking a cigarette. Pretty darn good. All right, then lastly here, he was Arnold Schwarzenegger's personal assistant during the filming of the movie Collateral Damage. That's where he kind of got his start in the business.
Wow.
There you go. Bill Hader. Birthday today, I think he turns, 78 would be what, 50, 42, 52?
He's 44.
44, whatever.
Are you watching?
Tori, how old is Bill Hader?
I've had an odd day.
Are you all caught up with Barry, season 3?
I forgot it. I watched the first episode and I haven't watched any since.
It's okay.
It's not as good as the first 2 seasons.
It's not even close.
Oh, that's disappointing.
It's not as good. The writing is, obviously... Here's the problem. They leaned on too many coincidences for him to get out of trouble in the second season. So now it's kind of clownish. Like he's doing stuff you're like, well, come on, man.
You'd get caught.
Immediately you'd get caught. So it's become a bit clownish. So we've kind of moved on from Barry.
Yeah, no, I'm all caught up, but
I think I have 3 or 4 more episodes to go. I watched 4 or 5 in a row.
What about The Boys has come back?
Yeah, I saw that. Haven't seen, but I did. That's season 3 for that, right?
Season 3, but I'm hearing some mixed reviews about it.
A lot of stuff. A lot of new seasons are getting mixed reviews. The only one I hear anything good about for sure is Better Call Saul.
Yes.
Everybody says this season is incredible,
and it's the final.
Yeah, it's the final season. What else is out there that's supposed to be pretty good? We started Stranger Things is not supposed to be very good.
I've heard the opposite.
Yeah, no, I mean, all the reviews I've seen that said it just didn't. I think anytime something's the last season, you want it wrapped up so perfectly because you've been a fan, you want it to be perfect. And I don't know if that could happen,
Ted Lasso's coming out later on this year, third and final season.
It's at final?
Yeah. Apparently, the show's creator said he'd always planned on it being a 3-season storyline, and that was it.
Listen, when you get big stars like that, when you get major players, they can't be tied up on shows like that forever. They have movie careers and stuff, other things to do.
Such a bummer. I that's the one time I'm rooting for the power of money.
Yeah, to keep them involved.
Yeah, I mean, but they did go into it. Deb's right that he went into Ted Lasso, Sudeikis, going, I got my first season, second season, third season. This is what we're doing.
Right, that's out.
If we go a fourth season, it's going to be obvious that we did not plan for a fourth season.
Man, there are so many shows I wish that would have come back. Mindhunter. I wish they would have created another episode of Mindhunter. That true detective story that had Woody Harrelson and what was that called?
Yeah, it was True Detective, but the first season was Woody Harrelson and Matthew McConaughey, right?
Yeah.
Second season that had what's his name from Wedding Singers?
Wedding
Crashers.
Vince Vaughn.
Yeah,
Vince Vaughn.
Right, yeah.
And it was not that good. I believe they came out with a third season, but I've never seen it.
Yeah, I've watched every season, and the one they were teasing was BTK was going to be the next one they kind of leaned up on, and they just kind of quit production. There are a number of really good shows out there.
All the way there.
Ross, what's coming up for thoughts quickly?
Do you guys ever look at anything that you love, and you end up thinking that you might be too honest about it?
I'm not sure what you mean.
Yeah.
Like you care for something. You care for it so much that you might lie.
Oh,
like your dog?
Yeah. Say I love my dog so much, but if I'm being honest to my dog, I would probably be far stricter. Well, what would happen if there was a person that you're about to marry that you may have been too honest to?
Oh, man. Let's find out where he screwed up this time. We'll do that next.
Tickets for the Daytona 500 go on sale June 17th. Enter the pre-sale sweepstakes for your chance to win a ride in a pace car before the 65th annual Great American Race. Visit realradio.fm/race for your chance to win.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. goldsmithjewelry.com.
We're still looking at a stop-and-go ride eastbound on I-4 from U.S. Highway 27 in Polk County to pass 429, and then again between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535, westbound solid 2 between 417 and Osceola Polk Line Road. Southbound 429 is stop-and-go as well between Sinclair Road and I-4. See traffic problems? Call the traffic tip line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center. I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Wawa. Welcome back to Wawa Siptopia, your handcrafted beverage happy place. Enjoy smoothies, refreshers, hot and iced lattes, or try the new frozen coffee and frozen refreshers. Wawa is your handcrafted beverage happy place. Gotta have a Wawa.
Let the Mossy family protect your family. That's more than just a slogan. That's a fact. A home with a fence is 5 times less likely to get broken into. And a Mossy Oak fence is added security that you can count on. Our friends over at Mossy Oak are fence freaks. That means freaks on quality, your satisfaction, and your security. Their skilled craftsmen use only the very best materials set in wet mix concrete for maximum stability and security. It's Mossy Oak Fence, providing security to families since 2007. They did it for me. They can do it for you. We're talking beautiful craftsmanship, incredible quality. You will love these guys. Visit mossyoakfences.com.
This is Sarah's O'Reilly Auto Parts story.
Driving cross country with 2 young children is ambitious, to say the least. Then our check engine light came on. We pulled into O'Reilly Auto Parts and they tested it. Turned out it was a faulty sensor. They referred us to a great mechanic just down the street, and we were back on the road in no time.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
My husband keeps asking to get an old van we could renovate and live in.
#van life.
But I'm perfectly happy with my Pacifica. It has available screens mounted in seat backs for the kiddos.
I want to build storage compartments everywhere.
Right. It's called Stow and Go seating. Available in the Pacifica, you can fold the seats into the floor or just have perfectly designed hidden storage compartments.
Hey, I'm a van life dreamer.
And I live in the real world. the Chrysler Pacifica. It's the van life for real life.
Second row stow and go, not available in Pinnacle or hybrid models.
Introducing the Amscott Installment Cash Advance. From $100 to $1,000 with no credit checks and flexible payment options. That's more money and more time to pay it back. Amscott. Some restrictions apply, subject to approval.
If you've been injured on the job and are not receiving the benefits you're entitled to, call me, Glenn Levine, at the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733, and take back control of your life. Office in
Have you had your roof inspected before the rainy and summer seasons? Tadlock Roofing is here to help. Schedule your free estimate at tadlockroofing.com.
One name in roofing stands on top. Tadlock.
You know, living in Central Florida, cooling costs can drive up your electric bill every month. Not to mention the impact of harmful UV rays coming into your home through your old windows. That's no good. My friends at FHIA Remodeling, they want to help you. They've been helping homeowners replace windows for over 15 years, and they get the job done right with factory-certified installers. It's a quick in-and-out, no-mess job. Most installs can take as little as 1 to 2 days. They're windows manufactured here in Florida with quality installation you can trust. That's why so many homeowners have chosen them and recommend their friends and family do the same. And they got a great deal for you right now. In the month of May, you can get $1,500 off a house full of windows with no money down, no payments, and no interest for 18 months. So check out their website to schedule a risk-free in-home consultation. It's FHIAremodeling.com. They can even be at your home within 24 hours. They'll guide you along the way with customizable features such as energy-efficient options and a variety of types and colors to choose from. Schedule that risk-free in-home consultation right now at FHIAremodeling.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/trial. That's ZipRecruiter.com/trial.
Hand me that nail gun.
Here you go. And here's the fries.
Lunch. Who's hungry?
You know, maybe instead of loading up a nail gun with French fries to feed the crew, we should just order lunch through Easy Cater. Food from all our favorite restaurants.
My bad.
On time and as ordered.
Huh. Load up the hot dogs while I think about it.
Some food just doesn't work at work, but Easy Cater just does. Food for work on time and as ordered from over 85,000 restaurants. Order 24/7 at EasyCater.com.
Local or long distance, when it's time to move, let Cento Family Moving and Storage move you. CentoMoving.com.
Want to sell your car for top dollar at a dealership that you can trust? Well, that's off lease only. They'll give you cash for your car today. They pride themselves on offering drivers the biggest inventory and most popular used cars updated daily. That means they're always looking for used cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans just like yours. 4.7 out of 5 Google review rating from over 30,000 plus reviews. Selection, convenience, value. That's off lease only. Visit them online at offleaseonly.com or check out their massive state-of-the-art dealership just off the beach line at Narcoossee and McCoy.
This hour of programming brought to you in part by FAS Windows and Doors.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind studio. Your accident, your future, your attorney. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or call pound 546 from your cell. You're listening to WTJS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Now number 1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show. Also available to watch. Yeah. We like it when you watch. At The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Jimmy, what are you doing? Your daughter's in the Air Force. She has USAA insurance opportunities for your car, home, and everything. You get on her situation. Car insurance, 3 cars, $121 a month. Homeowners insurance through USAA. Wells Fargo's a rip. I've been there. Angel and myself. Wells Fargo sucks.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Rest in peace, Jim Seals passes away today.
Yeah.
Seals and Crofts, major players in the 70s.
You can, all you yacht rock fans know who to thank.
Absolutely. All right, welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb is here. Jack is here. Hi. Let's get some Ross thoughts.
It's weird.
Shoot the cat.
It's funny. Sometimes.
Let's go.
It's Ross.
Wake up.
Spelled like sauce.
Get your cake up.
It's Ross Thoughts.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, Jack. Look
I
it
like
up.
that.
Look it up. Ross Sauce is brought to you by Mills Air, baby.
Not gonna look it up.
They saved my house. They saved my house. I wake up every morning, I'm like, damn, that was worth it.
Crispy.
Crispy clean air. Yeah. Sometimes you just got to jazz lounge out, Deb. That's my go-to. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I messed up. Kind of. This past weekend.
He was about to say big time. Okay.
Well, here's the thing. I am invested on how my girl looks. I think we all are.
Wow.
You care about, you want to make sure that they are presenting themselves as they usually do.
Had to take off my glasses, actually pay attention when you said that one.
Wow. Wow.
It's not my standard, it's hers.
Okay. It did not sound like
Yeah,
that when
no,
it sounded like how you want her to look.
Yeah,
No.
exactly.
To keep you happy.
I know that I'm not in control of that. All I know is that every other time we've ever gone out, you look this way.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
You all of a sudden you're
And now she's letting herself go, is what you're saying.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all.
So fat.
Not at all. But this past Saturday.
Oh, boy.
This past Saturday, we're going out because there's a comedy show over at the Bull and Bush.
That's right. I saw
you
you
were
guys.
there.
Yeah, she looked
absolutely.
wonderful. Looked gorgeous.
Bought me a beer, and she did look gorgeous. But while we were at the house,
is that because of you?
I'm kind of looking at her. I'm like, all right, we got to go. The traditional, stereotypical, like, all right, babe.
Gotta go.
All right, we are cutting it close.
Gotta be late.
And then she goes, I'm almost ready. I'm almost ready. I'm like, yeah, I've heard that.
That's 30 minutes.
That's okay. We got to hit the pedal, and I'm going to drive responsibly.
Oh, Lord.
5 under. So we got to leave 45 minutes.
Right, yeah. It's a total of 4 miles from your place to this place where you're going.
If that.
Yeah.
So I go ahead. I'm waiting, and then she walks out of the room. Great outfit. I'm like, that's Olivia's standard. Then I look at her face. I'm like, what?
She looked amazing. What do you mean, what?
But yeah, at the house.
Oh, at the house, she did not look amazing.
I looked at her face and I was like, what the hell happened?
Ross, what are you talking about, buddy?
I'm talking about my girl's face. There's straight 2-star in it at the house. I was that's my response. I was worried.
You wouldn't have been able to find the body.
Wow.
You would not. I would have bought so much lie, you would not have been able to find.
Let me get this
Olivia,
straight.
call me.
I
I
don't
got
know.
the shovel in the car.
I don't know what to say here.
Let me get this straight.
This is straight up ugly, dude.
Hold on.
Oh, no.
Hold on.
I promise you.
Her face wasn't.
I don't like you now.
Her face wasn't good enough for you that night.
I felt like it was my responsibility to let her know, like,
that she was not looking good enough to be with you that night.
She's playing over par.
You guys think that I'm just a dead fish in the water here, but you are
Not yet.
You're going to be impressed.
Okay, I'm waiting.
This is a good thing that I did.
Let's let him finish.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
He's still digging.
Oh no, there's no digging. I'm the
Sounds
good
like
guy
digging.
in this situation.
Okay, that's good. Sounds so far. It sounds like you're the good guy.
Yeah, let's hear this spin.
She looked at me. I looked at her, and I'll be honest with you. At my first initial reaction was, "Don't say anything. You don't want to say anything."
Right, just let her go looking like that. That's on her.
Yeah, I know something is different because she's very good at makeup.
Okay.
So I look at her face and I'm like, that's not the standard.
That's not the makeup you usually wear.
That's something is here. So I walked up to her like a man and I was like, hey, babe, I don't know how to say this.
Oh, boy.
But something's wrong. It's not good. It's like, you're usually A+ in it. So I think something's wrong. And she goes,
So
what are you talking about?
You told her, your fiance, that something was wrong with her face.
Yes.
Okay.
And then she looked at me and then opened up her hand and there was lipstick and mascara.
Okay.
She had not put those on.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay.
And then she looked at me, got a laugh, and went, I have not put these on yet. That's why you're feeling this way.
That's why you think I'm ugly right now.
That's why you think something is up.
Right, something's different.
I knew something.
So she did not have on lipstick, and she didn't have on mascara.
Not the standard. I knew something was lacking.
Okay, mascara is is it the eye thing or the cheek stuff?
I by lacking, I mean her standard makeup.
Is mascara eye stuff?
Yeah, it's for your eyelashes.
Yeah. It's for your eyelashes. Very good.
It was something. Listen, I didn't build these standards.
Okay.
I was just trying to let her know as her partner, like
that she was failing.
Not failing. I just thought she was done, ready to rock and roll. But in reality, it was her going like, no, I haven't put these on yet. That's why you're feeling this way. And then she looked at me and said, I appreciate your honesty, but no, we're all good. I'm going to put these on in the car on the way there.
You get one, I appreciate your honesty in the entire life of your marriage, and I think you just used it. So, that's good.
Well, that's when I said, was like, well, I'm good, right? I did good. I think I did good.
Oh, like a little boy?
Yeah, he wants that little pat.
Well, I'm just making sure, like.
I don't know that she would, here's the thing. She may say that she appreciates that honesty, but you can bet your ass that's not the answer she wants even once more. She's going to want you to pretty much dig how she looks walking out of that bedroom every time. My wife will occasionally ask me how an outfit looks. She never asks me how her makeup and stuff like that looks. Never, ever, ever.
And I've never been put in this situation. At least I don't think I've been put in this situation. Here's the thing.
You offered it. She didn't ask though, right? That's the thing is you offered that comment.
Yeah, I thought she should know that. I think she's forgetting something.
And she let you know by saying she appreciates your honesty, which is a kind way of saying, shut the F up.
You got, man, I tell you, you got
You
balls,
trust
buddy.
that I'm going to go out looking like I always do.
Your generation is so unbelievably different than our generation. I could have in a million years. I would never offer a comment like that. If she asked me, "Hey, do I look okay?" I would be like, "You know what? Something's different. The makeup is different, or your eyeshadow, or are you using a different lipstick or something?" But just to stone cold offer that up.
I'm coming from a place of help. I know that she cares.
Well, you helped her understand that you don't love her if she's not wearing makeup.
That's not.
Let me ask you.
That is a bridge that you built and jumped.
Let me ask you. Could she have done the same thing to you? Could she do this to you? Tell you that you don't look good enough to go out with her that night?
It would be.
You would love that
if you're trying to put it on the other side. It would be like if I walked out and I wasn't wearing pants.
You think her wearing lipstick and mascara is equal to you going nude?
It's just the standard. I know for a fact that my girl does these things and then that's the end result. And I knew one of those things did not happen, and I thought maybe she forgot.
Okay.
I don't know.
Let me ask you.
And then when she opened up her hand, she laughed and was. I get invested on my girl's outfits. If she asks me or something, or if she goes, well, how does this eye makeup look?
Yeah, but you said it though. When she asks you. She wants your input. Maybe she's just kind of indifferent of how she looks that night. She wants your input. I mean, but imagine if she said to you, you don't look good enough to go out with me tonight. You got to go make a change.
Yeah, I didn't say that.
But that's kind of what you said.
No.
Okay, so had she just walked out the door looking like that, you'd have been fine?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, good. Okay.
For my own being, but I was just looking out for her because I knew.
Oh, you're telling her. Oh, I get. You're
so
telling her
magnanimous of you.
She doesn't look good enough for the public. It's fine. She looks good enough for you, just not for the general public.
No, he's saying that she doesn't meet her usual standards. That's what he's saying, but
that I did not create. Hey, Deb, if you walked out, right, and you were wearing one eyelash.
Come on. You can't say one eyelash.
No, but I think here's the difference. You thought you were helping.
Which I did.
No, you didn't.
You did, Ross. You did.
You didn't, because she was already way ahead of you. What you didn't do was trust that she's going to meet those standards, but maybe to keep you guys on time, the mascara and lipstick had to be put on in the car. You spoke before you got to the event. You know what I'm saying? You You didn't trust that she was going to go in up to her standards. She opened up her hand and showed you, I got you. I get where you're coming from. Just trust that I got this.
Man, my wife will ask me about clothes and shoes and bags all the time.
That's why these guys snap to attention as soon as you started talking.
Not one time about her actual appearance, like her face and makeup and stuff. Like, I don't think I could do that.
I mean, this was jarring. This was
for whom? I'm going to go for her. The texting service you're going to want to avoid for a little while.
She is a stunning young lady.
Oh, my God.
Absolutely.
Yes.
She's amazing.
Without makeup, too.
And so cool.
Matter of fact, you do a comedy segment on how hot she is compared to you.
Yes.
So were you afraid you couldn't do that routine if she did not apply that makeup?
No, not at all. It was me.
So you were
helping
worried
out a
about having to
friend.
change your own set. You were worried about your comedy set. That's what it was.
I looked at her and I said, hey, just a heads up, something's different. And she goes, I got this. I'm putting this on in the car.
Mm-hmm.
And then she looked at me and she goes, I appreciate your honesty. And I said, well, sometimes you appreciate my honesty. And then that statement was far too honest.
Yes.
Yeah. You should have taken what her I appreciate your honesty was not really what she was saying. That's what
Well, then that's not honest.
Well, because the honesty would have shut the night down. It would have stopped it before it started. She didn't want to go there. So she just said, I appreciate your honesty, which is just a nice way of saying, shut up. Just shut up. Just trust that I know what the standards are. Dude, you don't know.
Oh, I'm 1,000% sure.
You don't know.
How did you even do the segment without her calling?
Because it would be pointless.
Yeah, because she would have defended him on the air.
Not even that. It's just the honest situation. If my girl is forgetting something that she usually brings,
but she didn't forget it. You didn't trust that she remembered it.
But
she had it there in her hand.
But she told me, it's like, all right, I'm ready. Let's go.
Right. So let's get in the car. I'll put these last two things on the car. That's 30 seconds of conversation that should have needed to happen if you trusted that she was going to walk in under her usual standards.
She was actually helping you out by putting it on in the car because you were behind time.
You were behind time, and if she took that extra 5 minutes to put on mascara and lipstick in the at home, she would have made you late.
I'll die on this hill.
You go ahead.
It's not even a hill.
It is. She was helping you out, and instead you called her out for not being complete.
I was just letting her know that, hey,
you're not complete.
By the way, what you've been throwing down and what you go for, it's you
not being matched tonight.
Yeah,
you're not getting there.
You will.
I think most women would be cool with that.
Of just the heads up of like, hey, you forgot an eyelash. That's an exaggerated of this example.
I'm going to try that this weekend. I'm going to try it when my wife comes out, when we go out on Saturday night. When she comes out of the bathroom, I'm like, you know what? There's something missing. Oh, it's your face. It's terrible.
That's different. That's completely different.
And to the person who texted about asking no, that was an absolutely beautiful thing that you did because she would have been horribly embarrassed had you not asked her to change. That is a completely separate situation.
We got to go, so.
The Raw Thoughts is brought to you by Mills Air. It's hot. It's hot in here.
I take my sweatshirt off, boy.
Yeah, it's so hot. Not anymore, though. Her makeup that she doesn't wear won't run now.
Oh, no, she's crying it off. It's okay.
Oh, that's a good idea.
No, it's waterproof. It's your AC isn't working, then you need to hit up Mills Air. They could not have helped me out more. I'm dead serious. My house is really old. It's old enough to have really strong, divisive opinions. That's how old my house is. But that's exactly what they looked at and went, yeah, we got it. Don't worry. We can help you out. And I was like, for real? And they said, yeah. And that's exactly what 30 years of experience will get you. Mills Air is a Carrier Factory authorized dealer. I love my Carrier unit. And I can't get over how quiet it is. Their techs can service any brand out there, so don't worry. But if you do have a Carrier, turn to the experts at Carrier. Call today. Schedule your appointment, 407-277-1159 or online at millsair.com. Those are your Ross thoughts. Just helping out. I'm out. Peace.
Don't help.
407-916-1041. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Seriously, don't help.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan, brought to you by Gringos Locos and SecuredRoofingAndRestoration.com. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Mike, and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Authorities still working to clear an accident. Heads up heading east on I-4 between John Young Parkway and Michigan Street. Still blocking the right lane here. It's also slow between Parr Street and Lee Road. If you're traveling in the westbound direction, we're seeing delays between Sand Lake Road and State Road 535, and also between 535 and Osceola Parkway. Watch for a crash on Curry Ford Road just south of Alafaya Trail. See traffic problems? Call the traffic tip line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center. I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Dairy Queen. Hey DQ fans, the new All-Star Summer Blizzard Treat lineup is here. With flavors like the Girl Scout Thin Mints, the new Oreo Dirt Pie, Caramel Fudge Cheesecake, Cotton Candy, and more. There's something for everybody. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
And do-it-yourself alarm systems appear to be a solution for home security. They're cheap, they're simple to install, but that's the problem. They're cheap and simple, cheaply made, simple to bypass. So simple that some news organizations tell you not even put the sign from the company out because the crooks know it and they know how to get around it. Those do-it-yourself cameras are just as bad. You get that warm feeling looking at the camera and all those great pictures, but it's not a security system. It's not going to get you the help you need when you need it. And don't get fooled by cheap and simple. Use the experts at SafeTouch. They have 5 layers of protection. That SafeTouch sign lets crooks know it's a SafeTouch house. Stay away. Second level is at cameras with all those great analytics, letting the bad guys know they're on camera and they've been identified. The third entry levels notify the central station before the bad guys even get in. They call it their always on feature. And the two-way communicator is a verified response, which means you get the emergency authorities you need faster than anybody. And all you have to do is call 888-723-8682. Get that free demonstration of the newest 5-star system from SafeTouch. It's safetouch.com. State license EF233.
Our 2022 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Friday, September 23rd and Saturday, September 24th.
T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas.
Keep listening to win your way there before you can even buy tickets.
On sale Friday, June 17th at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific.
But starting June 15th at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific, Capital One cardholders can score tickets and other awesome experiences before anyone else for 48 hours only or while supplies last. Visit iHeartRadio.com/Capital One for more pre-sale details. What's in your wallet?
People constantly ask me, how long is this crazy used car market going to last? And I think we've got 30, 60, 90 days left. But when she drops off, she's going to drop off hot and fast. So if you want to sell your ride, I'd do it now. Go to GiveMeTheVin.com. We're America's best car buyer. We don't beat your CarMax offer. Send you a check for $100. I've never seen a used car market this high. Grab it while you can.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
When you owe the IRS or state sales tax and can't pay, call J. David Tax Law for effective tax help. J. David Tax Law can stop IRS or state collection actions and protect you from financial ruin. Call J. David Tax Law for a no-cost consultation at 407-603-3962. That's 407-603-3962 or at jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or phone call away.
The Navy Federal More Rewards American Express card transforms your everyday missions, so you can turn your commute fare,
Next stop, 8th Street,
into tickets for an awesome night out, and turn your grocery run into a trip to total relaxation. Get 3 times the points on supermarkets, restaurants, and on gas and transit. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Over to the Armed Forces, the DoD, veterans and their families, insured by NCUA. American Express is a registered service mark of American Express, used by Navy Federal under license.
Call me, Mark Anajar, at the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Office in Orlando. Introducing the Amscott Installment Cash Advance. From $100 to $1,000 with no credit checks and flexible payment options. That's more money and more time to pay it back. Amscott. Some restrictions apply, subject to approval.
Stop avoiding your erectile dysfunction issue. Peak Performance for Men is offering their best offer yet. Call today to book your free consultation and free blood flow evaluation. Peak Performance for Men helps over 80% of men who receive the treatment experience long-term improvement. All it takes is one phone call for a free consult. Call 407-464-8181. That's 407-464-8181.
I'm Orlando attorney
Attorney Mo DeWitt, and this is my client, Raphael.
I had unexpected slip and fall. You were the only guys that were willing to take it. The insurance company offered me a low ball amount. I was able to secure it over 10 times that amount. If you're injured on the go, just call Mo.
Prospective client may not obtain same or similar results.
New Queso Blanco is officially on the menu at Tijuana Flats. Try it in the new dueling queso appetizer alongside our signature gold queso. Double down on deliciousness. Order your dueling queso at TijuanaFlats.com.
Roof now, pay later. Tadlock Roofing offers the best financing in the industry. Get started at tadlockroofing.com.
One name in roofing stands on top. Tadlock.
Tadlockroofing.com.
Want to sell your car for top dollar at a dealership you can trust? Let Off Lease Only give you cash for your car today. At Off Lease Only, they pride themselves on offering drivers the biggest inventory of the most popular used cars updated daily. That means they're always looking for used cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs just like yours. Whether you want to sell your car outright or trade it in for a newer model, Off Lease Only is here to offer you top dollar for your trade. Selection, convenience, value. Online at offleaseonly.com or in person at the dealership just off the beach line at Narcoossee and McCoy.
The new tomato pesto grilled cheese sandwich from Dunkin' has more of the ingredients you love. Oven roasted tomatoes, vine ripened and perfectly seasoned, and delicious pesto spread with melted white cheddar cheese on toasted sourdough bread that will help you get more out of every bite and will have you wishing for a few more bites once you're done. And no, I'm not sharing mine. The new tomato pesto grilled cheese sandwich. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer. Additional charges may apply.
This hour of programming brought to you in part by FAS Windows and Doors.
We now return to the Jim Colbert Show. Already in progress.
Dye is not the way to go if you want to get rid of Ross. If you ever watch Breaking Bad, hydrofluoric acid is the way to go. Check it out.
Damn it, how could I forget?
One more time.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. That's how you call us. Text us easily at 77031. I'm Jim, Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. Did you get a text during last week?
No.
No, he just spent the whole break defending his actions.
I feel pretty good about my position.
Okay, that's fine. You look, here's the thing. You're the only one that's going to suffer for it, so you're the only one that really matters. So God bless you.
Didn't suffer. I was complimented.
Okay, very good. She didn't. I mean,
You're
I'm
so
going to be honest with you. Listen, I saw him that night. She did not look the least bit upset. She wasn't angry. It was like a normal night out.
Yeah.
And I saw you when you first walked in, so it would have just happened.
No, that's something she files away. I'm sorry. Truth is truth, man. Truth is truth.
Women don't do that.
It's just I don't. I know her more than you.
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
She's very, very cool.
Yeah, I like. There's no doubt.
Then why did you bring it up then? If you must have brought it up because you thought it was something was sideways about it then.
God honest truth, BTS behind the scenes, why I brought it up is because I thought it was funny and we got a laugh off of, no, I like it when it's okay. I appreciate the honesty. And then the comeback of, well, sometimes you appreciate the honesty.
Right.
And then we got a laugh on that. Because I thought that was comical, and then the punchline being, sometimes you appreciate the honesty, and then her going, well, that's too honest.
Has she?
Or I said that's too honest.
Has she ever done anything like this to you, like bad breath, or you need to take a bath, or anything like that you could consider like that out of context would seem like an insult? I mean, could you know what I'm saying? Like, could she give you a kiss and go, I don't know, baby, you're going to need to floss or something. Your breath is really bad right now.
No, I don't think that's happened.
When
I first, sometimes my mustache hairs get spiky.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, that's understandable. I mean, it's just you need to shave your mustache, but that's not like a tell. You know, that's just you not cutting your hair. When you say, hey, something's different with your face, you know, that's a little different.
And not even face, being specific, makeup.
Got it, yeah.
So the one thing I don't understand, though, is right before that she was getting ready. Do you think she just decided to not look in the mirror?
Or
do you think she was not aware of how she looked at that moment?
That's the part that would have peeved me. It was like, well, obviously I'm not done.
Yeah, obviously not obvious. I don't know.
Have you ever been out with her when she didn't do those two things?
No, which is why I brought it up.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Of going like, this is not what you usually throw down.
Right, yeah.
I feel like somebody might possibly a reminder. I don't know. I don't know.
Nobody in their right mind, like even if she walked up and had no makeup on, I would not go, you know what? I can't put my finger on it, but something is different. I mean, I couldn't do that because I'm not her fiance. I mean, I think you have the right to do that if you guys have a relationship like that. I also think offering it as a piece of information is a little odd, rather than her going, how do I look tonight? And you go, I don't know, there's something different with your face. And she would have been like, oh, I haven't put on my makeup or my mascara and my lipstick yet. That's probably what's different. But you offered it out of, like, when she walked out, you went, I don't know.
I thought possibly I could have caused it because I was like, we got to go.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You thought she possibly forgot to do it and would have been upset at herself for forgetting it because she was pushed.
Not even probably upset. I don't even think that would cause her to be upset. I think she would probably laugh at it.
I got you.
But hey, we're right here in the promised land where, the solution is right there on that kitchen sink.
There you go.
It's like,
fine.
If someone goes, it would be the same thing to me if someone was like, hey, how do I look today? And I'm heavily invested in that person's life.
Well, it's like letting someone walk out of the house with a bat in the cave.
Right, like a bug.
Oh,
you wouldn't do that.
No, I mean, I would not. My wife.
But that's different. That's saving someone from embarrassment.
Yeah, my wife is pretty honest with me about stuff like this. But
is that what you thought you might be doing?
What?
Saving her from embarrassment.
No, I don't even think it would have been that embarrassing. I don't think that would have been. I wouldn't consider.
I will tell you the other thing odd about it too, buddy, is you're the only one that knows that. So you're the only one that knows that she wears that every single time. Like nobody else would. So you were warning her about people seeing something that they wouldn't even know that they're seeing.
Yeah. But I mean, you're still looking. That rules out the possibility that some girl at the bar, would look at her and go, "Oh,
that would never happen to Olivia." I'm sorry.
You know the funny part of this is, I'll tell you the funny part of it, where I kind of have to get his back a little bit, is if that night she would have gone into the bathroom to go to the bathroom and then looked at herself in the mirror and realized she didn't put her lipstick and mascara on, she would have looked at Ross and go, how did you not notice this? Why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you tell me I forgot this?
Yeah. Every time I'm wearing it, how could you not tell me the one time I don't have it on, Ross?
That's a heavy chance of a reality, or at least so I thought.
Yeah.
I did not know that she was like, no, I'm doing that in the car.
I think we're missing the biggest part of the story.
What's that?
Two of the most difficult things outside of eyeliner to put on and makeup, she is not only willing, but is going to be able to do because of the way Ross drives.
Yes.
Because her lipstick is red and mascara. So she's putting a wand half an inch away from her eyeball because Ross drives so safely. And she can apply her lipstick and not know that's going to end up, everywhere else but her lips.
Her naked old ugly eyeball.
And I don't have a mirror.
Oh,
Ross.
I don't have
for her to even be willing to do that in the car where you don't have a mirror.
You guys rode in her car or your car?
My car. I don't have a mirror on the visor.
You're worried about her mascara and lipstick, and then you put her in that sardine box?
She's the one that created the standards. So she has a very high standard.
What?
She's riding in a dumpster.
And she's engaged to you. How high can her standards be?
She's riding and married.
Makeup. I didn't talk about love interest.
Stop, man. You're making me wheeze.
Man.
All right, let's get out of here with this fun little story. Well, I say fun. It's interesting. Did you guys hear about this story out of Indianapolis, the Children's Museum up there? They're having it's Juneteenth month.
Oh, okay.
And they're having a celebration up there for Juneteenth. Everybody knows what Juneteenth is, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Started in June. It's June 19th of 1865. I guess that was the day that it was official that
that was the day that the last troops made it to Texas to let the slaves know that they were emancipated.
Right, and it was months later.
It was months later.
Yeah, so they worked,
months later. They planned it that way.
Right, absolutely,
bastards.
So the Children's Museum of Indianapolis is having a big thing there, and they've created a menu for this. And one of the menu items has caused a bit of a stir. And I'm kind of interested because I didn't realize this was still a thing. So they had as part of their food offering for this Jamboree event. It's the Juneteenth Jamboree event. Live performances, community artists, and one of the things was a watermelon salad, a prepackaged watermelon salad.
Mm-hmm.
Like you would see, you guys know what I'm talking about, right? They would come in a clamshell, set to go. You pay your fee. You go up there, you grab your salad, you grab your whatever, and you go off and eat.
Okay.
Well, people lost their mind because of the stereotype of African Americans and watermelon from the early 1800s or 1700s here in the States. So they took the salad off the menu. And my thing with that is doesn't that kind of empower that stereotype even more? Like, doesn't that do that? I mean, they put a photo of it up there, and everybody's like, yeah, that's got to come off there. They took it down. They issued a big apology for putting it on the menu to begin with. And I'm going to be dead honest with you. I had no idea that still had power. That whole watermelon fried chicken thing with the African-American community in America. I had no clue. I have not heard that stereotype used in so long.
Thanks, Fuzzy.
Well, it's interesting because watermelon, from what I'm reading, and this is the blackrestaurantweeks.com, says that additionally another red food, watermelon, a crop that originated in Western and Southern Africa, was served as a dessert during the early days of Juneteenth. Other desserts, red velvet cake is another very popular dessert that's served at Juneteenth.
It says here, during the Jim Crow era, ads and other printed memorabilia depicted black people stealing, fighting over, or sitting in the streets eating watermelon. And again, this was 200 years ago, 150 or 60 years ago.
They should have shown, I think, a red velvet cake instead of going with that usual trope that you'll see in...
It says the team made the selection, and the team that made the selection included staff members who based this choice of food on their own family traditions. Their love of watermelon, which everybody loves. I mean, it's not that's why I don't understand. Did you even know about that stereotype?
Oh yeah,
did you?
Yeah, no, I know about the stereotype, but it's always weird to deem, and first of all, it's really weird to go ahead and try to tell what a minority's response is supposed to be.
No,
we're not doing that.
Not even suggesting that. I honestly did not even know that it still had that kind of power to have this, this kind of coverage in it in a major news cycle.
But I just have always thought it was weird, and because of those images from hundreds of years ago, they ruined the idea that it's just weird to have foods be deemed as racially insensitive.
Yeah. It says there should have been a label explaining the history and meaning behind this menu item, and it should not have been on the shelf before that label was ready. We understand how this appears with no context, and we apologize for pulling it from our food court immediately until the sign is ready to accompany it. So apparently they're going to put up a sign explaining why that is, and then put it back on the menu. One of the museum patrons said that the decision to put it out there seemed like a money grab. Like they were literally exploiting the stereotype to make money off of it as a museum funded by the city or state. They slapped the word on items and they feel they've done their part. It just seems like a single person of color had been in the room when this was decided. It wouldn't have gone forward. I mean, I that probably is the truth. Yeah, that probably is the case. I look at this and maybe it's me being naive. I just did not think that the idea of serving watermelon at a situation like this would have been considered that derogatory. And to me, when I read the story, I was like, that seems to empower the stereotype more. Like it's almost like you're giving it more power. I mean, look what you're doing. You're altering the entire thing for this one item.
But I kind of like the idea, especially since the museum aspect of the history of it. Because, as you say, if it was a traditional food that was served at the time, making note of that fits in with the venue as well as the holiday. Yeah.
I mean, watermelon salad sounds dank.
Brother, let me
delicious.
tell you. They're up in Sanford. There's this up there. They do it's the Angry Bison or Hangry. One of those. I don't know. There's so many of those things. They do this compressed watermelon salad where they take a block of watermelon and they put it in a vacuum machine and they pull it down so it's dense.
Oh,
it's not like, and then you put this little this vinegar on it and some basil. and some toasted sesame seeds. And guys, I'm telling you, it's a different world of flavor. It is amazing.
I mean, not many opportunities can you chew and hydrate.
You're right, exactly. My wife is addicted to watermelon. And I'm not joking, like addicted to it. She loves it.
Well, I mean, it's such a good low-calorie treat. It hydrates you. It's tasty. It's something you only get in summertime.
It's perfectly sweet, too.
And when you grow up poor as a kid,
that's all we loved.
Watermelon was like a treat.
That's it. I mean, listen. Every time we go to Itchituckney, we'd float a watermelon down there with us.
You can spike them.
Oh yeah, dude.
That is the funniest thing I've ever heard. Go to Itchituckney, we float a watermelon right down the river with us.
It's got its own
inner tube and everything.
That's right, buddy.
Shoot.
And that one is spiked.
Yeah.
All right, 407-916-1041. All right, let's do last call and get out of here. 407-916-1041. 4 lines are open. Make us laugh. It's your turn to do this show. We'll do that right after this.
Make us think or make it funny. Just make it good. Get on board now for last call on the Jim Colbert Show. 407-916-1041. From the Driveway.com Weather Center.
Well, everybody, good Tuesday to you. Fox 35 Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Jamie King, Fox 35 Storm Center. Want to update you, Central Florida weather for you on this Tuesday. Hot and humid, friends. On average today, about 94 inland, so the heat will be on, a little cooler along the beaches. Showers and storms set up after about 2 o'clock. Coverage lower, intensity lower than yesterday at about 40% coverage. North-northwest winds through the day at 5 to 10. We're 74 tonight. Rain wraps up before 9 p.m. Chance for the evening at 30%. The coming days, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, the outlook rain chances at 40 to 50% each and every afternoon with hot, humid highs at 94. For Fox 35, I'm Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Jamie King. Have a great day. Keep it at Fox for the very latest.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Second half of the year looking busier than the first? Hire with Indeed. Their powerful platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates in one place. Sponsor a job and immediately get a short list of quality candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
As a rental property owner, you can do a lot of things yourself and probably do. But there are 2 things you can't do unless you hire the Realty Medics. Get real-time information on your properties and get an entire year's worth of rent up front. Only the Realty Medics offers upfront rent where you can get a year's worth paid up front. That puts $10,000 to $30,000 in your pocket fast. And they're the only company in Florida to offer upfront rent. But also, only the Realty Medics has the Property Performance Dashboard. What is that? Well, you can track showings, applications, rent payments, damage estimates, just 2 more reasons why the Realty Medics are the highest rated and most reviewed property management company in Central Florida with over 1,400 properties, and that's on some of the biggest platforms like Yelp, Google, and the Better Business Bureau. Take just 5 minutes on the RealtyMedics.com to see how they've made DIY landlording obsolete, and for a limited time, they'll even give you 2 months of management free when you use promo code FREE1041. That's the RealtyMedics.com, promo code FREE1041.
Thanks, everyone, for baking your way here on this toasty morning. Are you all ready to jam? Excellent. Before we get rolling, let's start by hashing out everything bagel will be discussing. Profit margins are okay, but they could maybe be butter. Sorry, I don't mean to waffle. Next quarter, it's all or muffin. Did you have a question, Sausage Patty?
My name's Patricia.
When you can't take your mind off breakfast, it matters where you stay. Delicious breakfast available at our Hilton family of brands. Hilton, for the stay.
If you've ever ordered food for work, you understand. It's different. There's just so much more at stake. Whether it's a meeting, a client call, or lunch with the office that has to arrive at the actual lunchtime, food for work has to work. That's why there's Easy Cater. Food that's on time and as ordered from over 82,000 restaurants. And if there's a problem, rare, you can reach someone in seconds.
Thank you for calling Easy Cater.
Some food just doesn't work at work, but Easy Cater just does. Order 24/7 at easycater.com.
Coming in at 5'3", it's #1 mom. She switched to Xfinity and got the all-new 3-for-1 bundle. Unlimited internet, streaming, and Xfinity Mobile. All for what you could pay wireless companies for just one 5G unlimited line. Boom! Shakalaka! That's why they call her the Master of Moolah, the Sultan of Savings, the Queen of Cash. And now, also with Xfinity Internet, you can get unlimited data, Wi-Fi equipment, and a free Flex 4K streaming box included with a 2-year rate guarantee and no term contract. All for just $30 per month when you add an Xfinity mobile plan at regular rates. Go to Xfinity.com/3for1, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit an Xfinity store today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay. New fast internet 300 megabits per second customers only. Xfinity Mobile requires post-pay Xfinity Internet. After 24 months, regular rates apply to all services and devices.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
I think I need a new air conditioner. It's so hot and my old one...
We now have voice recognition. Simply say what you need.
New air conditioner.
Speak clearly and tell me what it is you want.
New air conditioner.
Go ahead, explain your problem.
You're my problem.
I heard you say there's no problem. Well, jolly good, off you go.
No, there's a problem. I need a new air conditioner.
I heard you say no problem with your air conditioner. Don't know why you called to tell us that.
This would never happen with Frank Gay.
But you didn't call Frank Gay.
Wish I had.
I heard you say...
You heard me say I'm calling Frank Gay.
When you need AC replacement, you need it done right. A friendly, helpful team to guide you, and the air in your home cool, clean, and comfortable for years to come. That's the Frank Gay way.
I heard you say you wish you had called Frank Gay. Was that it? Did I get it right this time?
That's the Frank Gay way. FrankGayServices.com.
Want to hear something that's going to make you feel better? Seeing your own primary care doctor, now just around the corner. At Village Medical at Walgreens. Our providers and care teams take care of you with same-day appointments, extended hours, and virtual visits, too. You get the comprehensive care you need, when and where you want it. Experience exceptional care at Village Medical. Book your primary care appointment at villagemedical.com/getcare. That's villagemedical.com/getcare.
Meet Allison, teammate at Truist Bank. Hi. She was born to care, and she always had your back.
You could say that.
Like that time back in the mid-'80s when she spotted Stacy Kaminsky with her new perm, and a car was coming, about to hit a puddle. So Allison jumps in front of the splash, just in time to protect Stacy's fresh curls.
Look, I had to do it. A wet perm just doesn't work.
Today, Allison's a teammate at Truist, the bank that starts with care. When you start with care, you get a different kind of bank. Learn more at truist.com/care. Truist Bank, member FDIC.
At Global Industrial, we make your business our business. We're problem solvers, budget savers, and deadline beaters. So, no matter what you want or where you need it, we have it in stock and ready to ship from our national distribution network. Global Industrial Network supplies businesses and industries in Florida with every product they need to keep their facilities running smoothly and efficiently. Visit globalindustrial.com/Florida to set up a meeting with your local rep today. Global Industrial. We can supply that.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by Jersey Mike Subs. Be a sub above.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show. Also available to watch at The Jim Colbert Show on Facebook.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. We are full for last call, so just hang loose, guys. We'll get to you in one quick second. Coming up tomorrow, we have Scott Maxwell. We have Animal House. Who's in for Animal House, Marty?
We have Daisy and Katie from the Audubon Center for Birds of Prey here in Maitland.
Very nice. Scott Maxwell and his call, plus your calls and texts all day long. Trivia, all kinds of fun stuff. Deb is here.
Hello.
So is Jackson.
Good evening.
And Ross is as well.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we are full. I don't have to give the numbers out anymore.
Happy birthday, Prince.
Yeah, happy birthday, Prince.
Yeah.
Bill Hader's birthday today, too. By the way, if you want to check out the show off the air, JimColbertLive.com, all the podcasts are there. And we urge you to download the iHeartRadio app so you can leave a talk back for us. Those are those little recorded things we do before or as we come back. You can do that. It doesn't cost anything. The app is free, and it's actually really clear.
Yeah.
And a good way to get your thoughts on the air, because if you don't want to wait on hold while we talk and wait for a perfect slot to bring you up, that's a good way to do it for sure.
30 seconds of your own time.
What else we have going on this week? We don't have anything like really big coming out. Do we have a Twitter poll today?
We do have a Twitter poll, and it has to do with John Hinckley Jr. and his release. and what people think about that.
Yeah, I talked about that a little bit earlier. Again, a great reason to podcast the show. John Hinckley Jr. Shot President Reagan back in the 80s.
81, I believe.
Yeah, he did not pass, of course, but John Hinckley went to prison, and I think he was there for, 37 years or 40 years or whatever it was?
I believe it was a psychiatric hospital.
Yes, it was, yeah. Well, yes, prison / whatever. And
no, that's the place that a lot of prisoners wish they could get to.
He was released fully and is playing a music show. He plays guitar. I looked at, I just brought up a couple of his songs today on YouTube. It's just silly folk stuff, you know. But he sold the show out. So he goes from shooting the president, spending 3 decades in a mental institution, to playing a sold-out show in New York.
Well, a couple people did text earlier and say that apparently, I don't know if it's true, but that the hotel where it was supposed to happen canceled the show.
Oh, did they really?
Out of protests.
Oh, wow. I didn't see that. I just saw the show this morning, or the story this morning.
So on Twitter, it's at Jim Colbert Show. You can follow us there. Do you think John Hinckley Jr. should have been released from prison 4 decades after attempting to assassinate a U.S. president? Where do you think it comes in?
Well, I would think a lot of people think like me. I would say 85% of the people say that he should still be behind bars or incarcerated.
Slightly less. 75% say no, he should not be released.
Yeah. Wow, but there's 25%. That's very, very benevolent.
Well, it's under the belief that if he was deemed mentally unfit or insane and that was cured.
Well, meds, I mean, he's obviously on meds. When you see him in these videos, there's no question he's medicated. And I'm not saying he's slurring or anything, and I agree with that. But here's the thing. If he shot you, you wouldn't want him out.
And he can't watch a Jodie Foster movie.
Yeah.
That might trigger the whole thing.
Like if somebody shot me and tried to kill me, I would never want them out of jail again. Right? I mean, can we all agree with that? I mean, if somebody shot and tried to kill you, would you want them to be able to walk around?
I mean, off of that detail alone, probably not.
Yeah, I mean,
but there's also some context. Maybe I'm shooting them.
Yeah, no. If he tried to kill you because of who you are.
From what I've been able to see, his concerts in Connecticut, Chicago, lots of places have been canceled.
This guy had a tour. He thought he was just going to walk out and just be famous. All right, let's get to some last call. Here we go. You doing stand-up this weekend, dog?
I am. I'm actually going to be out at the Center in Deltona. It's just the Center.
That's the Friday night show.
That's the Friday night show.
And Saturday night, you're going to be in Tampa?
Yeah. A little past Tampa.
All right, here we go. Party Mom, last call.
Dr. Mark, I'm turning on the radio while I'm hitting my bowl. I got Jim Colbert tuned online. Jim is the big daddy, Ross, I'll be your caddy, and Deb, you are a favorite of mine. Take it easy and smoke weed every day.
Oh,
hey!
Glad you left Jack out. That makes me happy.
She did it on purpose. She's mad at me. I saw her Saturday. She's like, how about we do a poll to see if I can come in the studio? Because Candace, I'd say, no.
Jose, last call.
Hey, how's everyone today? Happy Taco Tuesday.
Hey, happy Taco Tuesday.
Awesome. Hey, another fun fact about Bill Hader was that he was actually a stage manager for Playboy for once in his life. So
he was.
That's always a good thing.
He was. He actually set up scenes for the Playboy, or set up the stages for the Playboy channel, like for their interview shows and stuff. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that.
Huh.
I mean, a lot of those guys start there. Building sets. I think Clint Eastwood started building sets when he was there.
Yeah.
I mean, Harrison Ford, I believe, did the same thing. Was a carpenter on set. Trucker Bill, last call.
Ross, you and your hepatitis mobile better straighten up or Olivia's going to divorce you. And you know what's going to happen then, don't you?
Huh.
She's going to be Tori's date to Jimmy's funeral.
Oh, yeah.
Got you again. And you love it.
Tim, last call.
Jim?
Yes.
Why can't I be bound by negativity?
I don't know. Why?
Because I won't be tied up in knots.
Oh, I just got it.
I just love the commitment and passion.
Listen.
Absolutely.
Don't think my silence is a disagreement in your joke.
Oh, no. It's reverence.
I'm jealous. I'm actually jealous that you know it and I don't. All right, last one here. Scooter, last call.
Scoot.
I got a two-part question here.
Okay.
First one is, Jim, why do you not like the name Scooter? I've been Scooter for 49 years.
I grew up with a guy named.
Secondly,
all right, go ahead.
I would like to know what year Jim Colbert was the goat roping champion of Palatka.
Okay, I'll answer this twofold. I grew up with a guy named Scooter. I don't have a problem with Scooter. Scooter's fine. Secondly, I never roped a goat in my life. That was a bit we used because I'm from Palatka, and it's very viable. So that I had. So we rolled with it because it kept attention coming.
I hear you, but do you go front hooves or back hooves?
All right, let's get the hell out of here. All right, tomorrow coming up, we have Animal House Scott Maxwell, your calls and texts, plus fun stuff to talk about. On behalf of Deb, Jack, and Ross, I am Jim. We follow the News Junkie. They follow the Monsters in the Morning. And for us, Tom and Dan with the corporate time and our friends from Real Laughs. We will see you tomorrow at 3 o'clock for more of the Jim Colbert Show. Until then, have yourself a wonderful Tuesday evening.
Bye. See you tomorrow.